and focus on conversations with qualified talent. With Hiring Pro, you can hire with confidence and build the team you need. Join the 2.7 million small businesses using LinkedIn to hire. Get started by posting your job for free at linkedin.com/Eisen. Terms and conditions apply.
ESPN New York is your home for the world champion New York Knicks. WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. Todd.
Cross your legs, honey. Let's get out of this inning.
Hahn.
I didn't know you were a screamer.
And Rosenberg.
Happy Jewish New Year, not Newish Jew Year.
This isn't North Dakota. This is New York.
This is Todd, Hahn, and Rosenberg.
The best threesome I've ever heard.
On ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Oh, yeah, 3 o'clock in the big city with Peter Rosenberg. I'm Alan Hahn.
Oh, yeah.
And, man, do we have stuff for you today.
I'll let you dream. And I mean it. That's not my generic pretend one. That's real.
Well, today's a big day because we brought it up. I think we brought it up yesterday. But the fact that we have the tables.
Oh, yeah.
They are set up.
Oh, yeah.
There's tables in the ballroom.
In the ballroom. The wedding is planned.
Yep.
And this isn't Travis and Taylor. This is bigger.
No, this is a big wedding.
This is the biggest
And
wedding.
every quarterback in the NFL is invited.
That's
The
right.
problem is, who's at table 1? Who's at table 6?
Right.
Because that we know, like, there's a true etiquette about weddings.
Right.
When you know what table you're at is how you know
How they feel about you.
how close.
How close are we really?
How close are we really? And especially if you're in that table that's right by the back doors, you're like, if you didn't come, nobody'd care.
Right.
They wouldn't even notice.
Yeah,
But you're here, and at least you're at a table.
And not only that, I do want to warn you about something.
Besides the fact
my
that the
let's-
microphone is still dirty?
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Yeah?
I would wait till Thursday if I could, but I can't.
Well, let's talk about it Tuesday.
Right, but you know how talk about it can be that guy.
That guy. Oh,
Because that's what I'm talking about.
You're putting it together.
So I want to warn you early because I do know you have some fondness, and also you're a company man. I want you to be careful. I'm going to do dirty things to Aaron Rodgers at 4:30. Violations are going to happen.
You're going to violate the man.
The man's going to be well, he decided to violate a lot of people.
That'll be a drop later.
You might be proud of me.
Well, he said
because in the notes that I put together for today's show, as you know,
you're a note guy.
I'm a note guy. An extensive.
I accidentally killed Marv.
Marv Levy is still
sorry,
alive.
Marv.
Did we check? He's still alive. Yes. But in my extensive notes that I took today, I actually have an Aaron Rodgers note.
All right.
That I was going to bring up.
Okay.
And I said, this might be a little bit iffy.
Well.
But I think
I'll set the table for you, and
no, I'm gonna let you do it.
No, I'll go, and then we'll see where you fit in.
And then if there's anything left, whatever's left of the carcass,
because there are a couple,
I'll scrape it off. I'll scrape it off the highway.
And people think I'm going to be going one way, and I'm not. I'm actually going a different way.
Oh,
I'm not going the way you. I'm not even really going to touch the Fauci thing. It's not even about the politics.
No
side.
coward talk at all, huh?
The word coward will come up just because he chose to use that word a lot.
Interesting.
But I'm not, because I don't want it to even be divisive. There's so many other things he said. So we got a lot to get to.
And by the way, we don't have a lot of time.
We're off at 6 o'clock.
The Mets are in Cleveland, and that game's a 6:40 first pitch, which means there's no ENN today.
Well, no, ENN at 5:45. We're doing an abbreviated 5:45.
An abbreviated ENN.
Yes, we're going to do it quick.
Look, there ain't no ENN like a full 6 o'clock ENN.
That's right. Because a 6 o'clock ENN don't stop.
Don't stop.
Until 6:30.
Right. But you know what else isn't stopping? The frustration from Yankee Land. So let's just get into this because we ended the show, obviously, with the trade deadline ending yesterday at 6 o'clock. And when the dust settled, there was really nothing. And then, man, last night's game happened. And for a second, you had that, like the home run, the lead, and it felt like, okay, the offense woke up. There were some things to feel optimistic about until, of course, another mismanaged bullpen game and a disaster. And they end up losing a terrible loss. And the Red Sox, by the way, what did I tell you? They are now one game back in the loss column.
Okay.
They are creeping on you now. It is a real thing is happening that we could get to the weekend and the Yankees could be in third place in the division. Very possible. All right. So this is the reality of where you are. And the question marks about, that's it? That's it, Brian? This is all you're going to do? All this talk about getting a catcher and you didn't get the righty catcher? All this talk about the needs of this team? The possibility of landing big fish, and you said things like it was out of our range. So there's some things that
we couldn't
said,
compete.
Yeah. Now I know a lot of this stuff is kind of old at this point, but because it sets up our conversation, I just want you to listen to Brian. Brian Cashman's at a place right now. I'm telling you, he knows it. You can hear it in his voice. I told you yesterday what was happening there because they were screaming it. There's a phrase that my good friend Brian Windhorst likes to use, and I love using it in moments like this. The phrase is action over words. So a lot of times there's a lot of things that general managers or coaches or organizations say, but it's what they do that matters most. Pay attention to what they're doing, their actions. And so, Tarek Skubal was there. They talked. Yankees didn't get him. Okay? Rushman was there. You could have had him. Talked. They didn't get him. Those are two major pieces. The Yankees were not in on either one in the end. And the reason why is who's in the lineup tonight batting eighth and playing shortstop? The 21-year-old, the new phenom, the new hope of the future. Baby Yoda, whatever you want to call him. This is what he is.
I haven't heard Baby Yoda yet.
Yeah, George Lombard Jr.
Yeah.
And the question now is this Brian's way of sort of distracting a frustrated fan base by saying, don't pay no mind to what I didn't do. Look what I'm giving you, this shiny toy for you to look at and watch, and you can now see why I wouldn't trade this kid. Again, this is about Skubal, and this is Cashman explaining why that they tried for him but couldn't get him. Now remember, it's action over words.
They set a high price, and to be honest, that was not something we were unable to get them off of what they said might work, but at the same time, they were communicating that it also might not even win the day. And then they kind of went silent, I think after they got what they were looking for, and ultimately I think was wrestling whether they're going to make the decision to move it or not, and then they made that decision. So we just feel like we didn't really match up in the end. We weren't able to compete at that level, but they did have some asks our way that we were unwilling to do. But it was a very specific ask, and a certain player and players we weren't willing to play with on that arena. On Tarek Skubal, despite how great a pitcher he is, it's another 2 months to go plus the postseason, and that made it more difficult for us to be comfortable giving up the ask that was going to go their way, despite how great he was. And clearly, pitching is a strength of ours, and our needs were in different categories. But because of how great he is, we definitely made our phone calls, and I talked to Scott Harris several times about it.
Okay, so understand what you heard him say there tells you what was Detroit asking for and would not. Again, set a high price.
Things we weren't willing to do.
Yeah, they wouldn't get off of. Asking us things that we weren't willing to do, and they wouldn't give up the ask. What do you think that involved?
I would imagine
George Lombard Jr.,
the exact prospect we're talking about.
Literally, right? Who is their prized prospect, but not necessarily one of the biggest prospects in the game, right? But he's the Yankees' prized prospect. And everyone knew that Brian Cashman was desperate. Everyone knew. And so, okay, let's start with him. You want a two-time Cy Young Award winner? I'm sorry, I'm going to have to get your best prospect. And don't get LeGrand Hay and some of these other names. No, dude. No. I'm giving you a two-time Cy Young guy. I need to get your best. You're going to have to – I've always said this, to make a trade, it's got to hurt. Something significant, it's got to hurt. And so they were asking for him. Clearly. And Brian made it clear we were not trading this kid. No. And so Adley Rutschman comes up. If you're the Orioles, who the hell do you think you're asking for?
Same thing.
Same thing. And you can't tell me, well, the Dodgers didn't give up something that big. The Red Sox didn't give – doesn't matter. When you know already in the Yankee prospect pool, they don't have a lot. Volpe. That's damaged goods. Dominguez, not what he used to be. You think those guys have value? This is the value they have. They just got sent down because nobody wanted them.
We weren't able to compete at that level.
Think about that.
Oh, boy.
We weren't able to compete at that level tells you that the Yankee prospects that they hold so precious are not viewed the same around baseball. To a point where they couldn't compete because the one guy that everybody wanted, if you want to make a deal, that guy's got to be in it because he's really the only prospect you have that we give a rip about. And Brian's like, well, I cannot trade this guy. And I don't blame him. That part I'll say. I wouldn't have done it either because this kid's supposed to be really special. He's got something about him. We're all going to find out over at least the next month. But you see what he's telling you? He's telling you that we were trying to offer other things, and they wouldn't even listen. No, has to start with Lombard. No, has to start with him. They couldn't make
By the way,
trades.
the Red Sox did give up a lot, just to be clear.
Their number, right, they're
2, 3, and 5?
3 and 5. No, 2, 4, and 5.
That's a lot.
It is a lot.
That's a lot. It's not like they didn't get a lot for Rutschman. They did.
Right. Now, the Dodgers gave up 3 prospects as well, and a lot of people think like it was an underpay. I'm telling you, I know this. The Yankees were not willing to part with this kid. And then the answer after this is, here's why. We're going to bring him up. We're playing him right now. You know how much pressure's on this kid right now? It's a ton.
That's a brutal thing to do.
Think about it. And I'm going to let you know something too. The Yankees know this about him. This kid, whose father's coaching in the league, his father played in the league, he's made up of all the right stuff. He's a high character kid, hardworking kid, all the good things you want. And he's talented, especially defensively. But every time he's been called up, he struggles in the beginning. Then he figures it out. And then he rakes. And that's why he keeps moving up. But the struggle in the beginning happens every time. Single A, double A, now triple A. And then he figures it out. It takes him a minute, then he figures it out. And that's what they love about him. They think that he's like a student of the game. It doesn't take him long, but it does take time. This call-up could do the same thing. And the next 2 weeks could be a disaster. He could be 0 for 4 every game. With a magic glove, but he could struggle at the plate. And what do you think Yankee fans are going to do if he's struggling at the plate? Volpe did the same stuff, right?
Well, they have now.
This guy's a zero. He's
now
not
the
doing
poor
anything.
kid is getting thrown into the history that's existed over the last couple of years.
And now the price tag that came with it, which is they wouldn't give him up for a catcher they desperately needed, although he could be a fading asset. Rutschman could be a fading asset. That's all stuff that's going to prove itself out. But right now is all anybody cares about. And in the right now for Yankee fans, they're staring at, that's it? This is all you did? That's not enough. Look what the Cubs did. Look what the Dodgers did. Look what the Red Sox did. And this is all we're doing? That's right now the frustration. That's why last night was hilarious. Because think about last night. Think about what you had happen last night. The guy you traded for comes up with a monster home run. Think about that, right? I was sending text to Anthony. I was saying Louie. I was getting all fired up. He hits the 2-run home run. They take the lead for the first time. They were down 6-0, a rare bad game by Schlittler. But the comeback happens. He hits a bomb in his first game.
A moment.
And it's a moment. Rucco, by the way, phenomenal call. You guys hear it?
I haven't heard it yet.
Phenomenal Rucco call. He was really good on that. And yet, they still end up losing the game because bullpen stuff, which happens. So you had a chance to have good feelings, and instead the frustration was not even – the good feelings lasted for about 3 or 4 minutes, and the next inning, boom, all gone. 6 runs, 3 home runs, it's over. And so now you're getting the grumbling back and the frustration back, and I totally get it, and I understand. But what Brian Cashman is he's telling you with his actions, not with his words. What his words are saying, oh, it's a high price, too much for us. And people keep saying, how can the Yankees say it was a high price? How can the Yankees say that we can't compete at that level?
It's so un-Yankee.
Why would you use those phrases? We couldn't compete at that level?
George is rolling over, buddy.
And you're getting that. Now understand, he's saying that not because they're cheap. He's saying that because he's admitting The only prospect we had worth a damn is the one guy we cannot give up because this guy's our future. So when you look at it through that lens, what else could they have done? It does tell you, though, that they really don't have high-value prospects that could have gotten high-value players that could have made the Yankees feel like they were part of everything. 800-919-3776. Get the calls on this. I know the frustration is bubbling over with Yankee fans, and I'm with you. But now that I've painted the picture that way, how do you look at it now? This kid now is going to play. It starts tonight. And he has been slow at the plate when he makes these adjustments, when he takes that step to the next level. But there's a lot of people who think his glove will be elite already. And that's something that you certainly love because we have seen Volpe at short, and we know that the bat has been a problem, and then in the field, he's actually not been very good either. So you want to shore that up. This kid will do that. But if he struggles at the plate his first couple of games, you got to give him time, I'm telling you. You got to give him time. But this is Cashman saying, I'm going to give you now something to look at, something to watch, to distract you from what I couldn't get for this team. And what he's banking on is that at some point this month, the kid will start to figure it out, and he'll be a key piece, an important piece in their lineup when the playoffs come around. Now, the other part of this, Peter, I heard today, which kind of backs up what I was suggesting yesterday. More actions over words.
All right.
Why not be all in? Why not chase down other catchers? There were other catchers to be had. And still, it felt like Cashman was modest with his moves and not aggressive with his moves. And you bring in, again, Garcia, you bring in a bat. Not necessarily a need anywhere on the field, but just a bat. You bring in another fielder as well who's a bat, not a fielder.
Although I do maintain they need bats, but yes.
But I'm saying they needed offense. But they didn't do anything like Ramos, not a great defensive outfielder whatsoever, but he can hit. One can hit lefties, one can hit righties. And why would they try to beef up a lineup? Because the variable is Aaron Judge. They have no idea if he's going to be back and if he's going to be himself. They have no clue. And so to be all in on this season with this team, like the Red Sox were, because you go 26-3, you've earned it. You've earned that franchise saying, you guys are playing so well, we're going for it. Because we think we can do this. We can win the American League, we can get to the World Series, and let's see what we can do against the Dodgers. They earned it. But what have the Yankees done to have earned it this year? They're all hurt. Stanton. What was the phrasing yesterday about Stanton and the batting practice?
Nice to see him outside and running.
Outside and running. This is, like I said, actions over words. Outside and running doesn't tell you anything. But if you really think about it, he didn't do anything. And Judge, again, there's no update on Judge. Even Cashman couldn't give you anything on Judge. And, by the way, listen to how he's very careful with his wording when it comes to Judge. He was asked a very obvious question, and the right question to ask. You worried that maybe Judge won't come back?
It's always possible that things don't go the way you want, but we currently are still very optimistic that he's going to return, but there's challenges with all that too. While he's returning, whenever that time frame is and ramping him up and getting his timing
sounds
down,
like hedging,
et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So I can't rule out any of it, but I know that I can only follow the guidelines so far, that the timeline and the time frame, there's pretty high likelihood and optimism that, he fits that that time frame for him to get back and join us. And that's what I'm hoping and holding on to. And I know that that's what he believes, and I know that's what the doctors believe. It's always a moving target.
Hoping and holding on to, Peter.
Yeah, that was, to me, is the most troubling. This was the most troubling stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of hedging in that conversation.
Because you don't. It's the great unknown. We're
still
a variable.
Optimistic that he could.
And
he
wants to do it.
He wants to.
He wants to.
But with that, there's complications.
You never know. Anything can happen. So that's exactly why, if you're a Yankees fan, and yesterday you're apoplectic. We had a couple of callers late in the show. You heard the frustration, and you're right to feel that way. But just understand, again, what are the actions of the team telling you? They're not getting imaging on Judge anytime soon. They're letting it heal because it takes time to heal. They can't keep getting imaging on it like every week. How about now? How about now? How about now? You can't. It takes weeks, guys. Actually, it's taking months now. And so if you don't know what version of Judge you're going to get, how could you possibly say to yourself, we're going to put all our chips in the middle of the table and we're going for it this year? You can't, especially if it involves your prized prospect, who a lot of scouts believe has that special it factor that in time will make him a longtime Yankee. That's what they feel about Lombard Jr. They think he's got it. It might take time offensively. That's the part that's going to look bad. If he struggles early, which he tends to do when he's called up from level to level, fans cannot get on this kid. But that's what Cashman has put in front of him as almost like a shield. This is the kid I wouldn't trade. This is the kid everybody wanted. And I wouldn't give him up for Skubal or even for Rutschman.
Now, do you really think that's the reason he's doing it? Or you're saying it's just bad, that it's overall a bad look?
Well,
but is it the reason he's doing it?
Kid's hitting right now, which is good. So he's hot. Second of all, they know on the other side of the deadline, we've got to do something with this lineup. Something's got to happen. Volpe was given more than enough time to figure it out. You talk about also mea culpa for Cashman. There's a guy that he stood up for, fought literally with the media about, right? And he was wrong. Dominguez. Mistake last night. They're just kind of done giving him opportunities, and they send him down because Spencer Jones has actually been pretty good, and he's a way better fielder. So Jones has kind of earned it, a guy we've heard a lot about as well. So it's just the next guy's up. It's their turn because we've given you enough rope. We've given you enough time. You've done nothing. Let's give somebody else a chance. But the problem I'm having is this 21-year-old kid who's got great potential, who you wouldn't give up for blockbuster trades, is now going to unwittingly face all of the wrath of the fan base if he doesn't show you something immediately. Because they're a frustrated, angry fan base, and they have every right to be. They've been given every reason to be frustrated and angry. Because this is, once again, year after year of the same guy saying the same things, and the same results happen. And it's rinse, repeat all over again. And that brings us to another thing. If we got your calls coming in here at 800-919-3777, just going to get to them next. But I'm going to leave you with this, Peter. Something that Anthony mentioned as we were talking about the show.
Anthony Volpe or Pusick?
This is Pusick.
Okay,
I don't think Volpe would have said that.
All right, go ahead.
But he might, though. Is that with so much change coming after the new collective bargaining is agreed upon, a new system is agreed upon, it might be a cap system for all we know. Wouldn't this be the perfect time for Hal Steinbrenner to say, we got to start anew, start fresh? We've been saying it over and over again and over and over again and over and over again. And I know one of Michael's strongest takes is that Brian would have a job seconds after he would be fired. I don't know if that's true in a new world with a salary cap. Because one thing we've learned with the many prospects we've been sold and told about over the years, how many of them hit? Not many. How many would he refuse to give up on in big trades that might have put the Yankees over the top since 2009? A lot. And not many of them have hit. This one better hit.
Well, I'll just say this. My take, I believe, is stronger than Michael's. Michael has the take of he'd get a job in 5 minutes.
Okay.
My take famously was it's an irrelevant thing because Cashman is a Steinbrenner. He is Tom Hagen. He is in the family. There's no getting rid of him. It's a waste of time. Stop talking about it. You would sooner fire. Hal will get fired when Brian gets fired. He's in the family.
There was a point where Tom Hagen was told the Godfather passed.
What happened in the end?
His services were not needed.
They were eventually not needed?
Yeah.
Well, then I don't like the reference point as much. But you get what I'm saying. I think he's fully in the family. I think he is doing the job as he's directed to do it. If you're hoping for a change, it would be, hey, we're going to decide to do things differently. I don't think it's him.
Yeah, but I think in a new system.
I hate to give him a cop-out.
I got you. But in a new system, it's just something to think about. There could be a lot of change with this organization. But he took a stand yesterday, and everybody got frustrated about it. He doesn't say the words. He doesn't name the name. But the kid that's batting 8th tonight is the reason why he wasn't able to pull off these moves. And instead of leaving him in AAA, instead of keeping him developing, he brought him in. And you're going to now see, this is why I refused to give this guy up. 800-919-3776, your call's coming up. We've got tables. We've got quarterback tables, and that's coming up throughout the show as well. So lots to get to. Stay with us, Hahn Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
This is DiPietro and Rothenberg.
Today is going to be a very negative Yankees day.
The Yankees are clearly doubling down on the 2026 Yankees.
What you've done is essentially add a right-handed platoon bat in the outfield and a left-handed platoon bat at first base or DH.
You know, we grinded through the market of catching.
He never goes all in.
But ultimately, in the end of the day, there was no opportunity that existed that we felt good enough about.
If I was a Yankees fan, I would be livid right now at this organization.
Morning Start with DiPietro and Rothenberg. Weekdays from 6 to 10 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNNewYorkContests.com.
That's ESPNNewYorkContests.com.
There are a million reasons to love New York. Making your budget stretch isn't one of them. According to an independent study, Amazon prices average 14% lower than other retailers. Get food, fashion, furniture, and more shipped straight to your building. Plus, another study found Amazon Prescription Pass customers pay nearly 1/3 less out of pocket. Learn more at aboutamazon.com.
Hey, New York and New Jersey, Boost Mobile has an unlimited talk, text, and data plan that's only $25 a month forever, meaning you'll only ever pay $25 a month for the rest of your life. Who wouldn't want unlimited wireless when it only costs $25 a month forever? If you don't, you must be one of those people who enjoy overpaying for their phone plan. $25 a month forever is truly as good as it gets, so go online and switch now at boostmobile.com. After 30 gigabytes, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan.
Call 877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now or go to carsforkids.org.
Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
There you were, surrounded by fans. Everybody remembers the game. Nobody remembers the guy coughing behind you. Till a few days later, at 2 a.m., you wake up with a fever and your throat's on fire. Now what? Urgent care? Closed. ER? Slammed. Telehealth? Maybe, but the pharmacy's closed. You needed a medical emergency kit. These aren't first aid kits. They contain essential prescriptions used for over 30 common conditions. Sinus and ear infection, UTIs, stomach bugs, traveler's diarrhea, and more on hand before you need them. Use your doctor-developed guidebook to select the right prescription or call their telemedicine doctor standing by. It's like an urgent care and drugstore at home. When you're sick, traveling, or stranded, you'll wish you'd ordered a medical emergency kit. Order online in minutes and it's shipped to your door. And save $45 with my promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880. That's promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880.
Now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Hey there, guys. Good afternoon. We're going to start off in Jersey. Not so great on 17 southbound. First, a crash in the left lane by Sheridan Avenue in Hohokus. You're jammed there and backed up into Saddle River. After that, another hit in the right lane by Farview Avenue in Paramus. Bumper-to-bumper delays from the Garden State Parkway. Inbound George looking pretty good for both the upper and lower decks. Cross Bronx eastbound slows you down with a broken down box truck in the right lane by 3rd Avenue. Heading over to the outbound George, heaviest ride, Cross Bronx westbound, already packed from the Bruckner on through. Outbound Lincoln will run you about 5 to 10 minutes. Outbound Hahn 10 to 15. This report is sponsored by the Positive Coaching Alliance. Questions about youth or high school sports? Well, the PCA can help. It's a national nonprofit developing better athletes and better people through youth and high school sports. More info at positivecoach.org. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
John's day is off to a slow start. So he heads to AutoZone, where he can get a battery for under $100. Lonnie, a local AutoZoner, tests his battery for free. Looks like he just needs a charge, and Lonnie does that for free too. In no time at all, John is back on the road, ready to finish the day strong. Free battery testing and charging at every store. No hassles, just help.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
All right, so let's hear from you at 800-919-3776. There's a lot of, again, the frustration among Yankee fans after hearing Brian Cashman last night with the explanation that he made about why they weren't able to make bigger deals, why they couldn't bring in the catcher that he himself said was important for them to get. And he used a phrase like this.
We weren't able to compete at that level.
To compete at that level with the Red Sox and the Dodgers. That sounds financial. But what I just told you in the previous segment was it had nothing to do with money and more to do with what everybody was asking for. Because while the Yankees do look at their prospect pool and feel like, man, we've got some real big potential talents coming up through the system, the rest of baseball sees one guy. And so any deal that was going to be made for an all-star, Cy Young caliber player was going to involve that guy. And that guy was George Lombard Jr. Teams were going to be asking for him. The Tigers asked for him. Cashman told you they wouldn't get off of it. But he didn't name the name. But all you had to do was read between the lines to know exactly what he was saying. And so now you're going to see the kid's up, 21 years old, and the future is now. And you're going to see exactly why he was hanging on to him with dear life, even if it meant he knew he was going to get eviscerated. He knew it. But he said, I can't give this kid up. That's exactly what happened here. It doesn't make it right, and it certainly doesn't make it better, because what it tells you is there were no other prospects worth a damn, that Volpe and Dominguez already have lost all the luster they might have had on them as once top prospects. Both guys were top 50 prospects at one time in Major League Baseball. And both guys now have not enough value to get a player like Rushman, who, again, is a bit of a risk there, or a player like Skubal, who you're going to have to sign. Neither one of them was worth anything to those teams. 800-919-3776. Rich in Sayreville is going to start us off today. Hey, Rich.
Yeah, how's it going, guys? My call, I appreciate it.
Yep.
I just wanted to ask you, if you guys were the GM of the Yankees, is there any player who got moved at the deadline that you would have included George Lombard Jr. in a package to deal for that player?
Any player traded at the deadline? No.
Yeah, who got moved that you would have included George Lombard Jr. for to make the deal happen?
No. I look, again, he's 21. Everything the scouts say about him is he's special. That it's going to take time, though. It's not going to be the immediate impact kind of thing. But he's what you need. And at that position at shortstop, that's look, we know that's a premium position, especially in Yankee history. So you'd really have to give me a name. Like, I couldn't even begin to even think about it. But that's how much they value him. So, but it's not about that they wouldn't give the kid up. It's that why they couldn't get done what they wanted to get done. And he wouldn't go for a lesser value catcher, I guess. He decided, like, I'm not doing this, and he was out on everything else. So, Rich, no. But the answer is no. That anybody that was traded at the deadline, and if you want to argue with me, now we could say 2 years from now that was a huge mistake. The kid could be a total bust, but no one is anticipating that happening. Bobby and Belmore. Bobby, you're up next.
Well, they say the same thing about Volpe, he was, can't miss, so who knows. And I talked to Don about this on Friday. In 2019, Judge broke his same rib, partially punctured his lung, and that was a worse injury than this one. He's out longer for this one.
Yeah, you said this yesterday. Right? You mentioned this yesterday, and you're right.
Right, but I have to add something to that. Now that they got Garcia, and Judge somehow comes back, which I don't know, maybe that's why they did this to begin with, where is Garcia going to play? I mean, forgetting Stanton and Goldsmith, not even throwing them in.
Right.
He said to put Garcia at second, but he's a terrible defensive player, and Lombard played a new shortstop. So where are they going to do with Garcia then?
Yeah.
If Judge does come back in September, I mean, I know it's a big hit. I mean, that's why the Yankees got Garcia to begin with, thinking that Judge not going to come back.
I can't imagine he's going to. And I can't imagine Judge is going to do more than DH in the very beginning as well, Bobby. So there's a lot of questions to ask, but that's what makes this whole thing so awkward. It's like, all right, you hit it bad, but it's an awkward fit. It became like they didn't fill a need in the lineup other than the fact that here's a guy that has been red hot, and he showed it last night. He's already 2 for 4 with a home run, 2 RBI. So
that was a miss. That was a miss. Yeah. And if Stanton comes back, you're going to have five players for 2 positions. I mean, how are they going to do that? I mean, Stanton, this guy gets hurt. He's like he has the Joe Embiid of the major leagues. I mean, he get hurt, he can get walking, But I mean, it's conceivable that this could happen. And then I wonder if Stanton and Judge come back, who are they going to send down after that? They're going to send that. You're going to have to send down and Bellinger. Don't they have to send 3 more players down for the minors?
Yeah, but again,
Spencer Jones.
Yeah, you still have a couple of guys there that you could move. Yeah, and Jones is certainly one of them. He earned the ability to stay. So
what happens if he plays well? And then what are they going to do then? They're going to move Jones when he's playing well?
I'll say that part though, Bobby. That's a good problem to have. If everybody's healthy, it's a good problem to have. Because you could have some guys just not play. You could that's all you have to do. Stanton doesn't have to play. He could be a pinch hitter. But he doesn't have to play. He doesn't have to be an everyday DH.
But by the time
you get him in the postseason anyway. That's all that matters.
Things would have to go. Oh, you mean till the postseason?
Yeah.
Yeah. But you need.
But again, that's the that's the
you're
best
talking about
case
a very
scenario.
best case scenario.
Are you kidding me? What if everybody's healthy? That'd be great. I don't expect it. Emily in L.A. Emily.
Oh, what's up, everybody?
What's up?
Oh, boy. A couple things.
Okay.
I just feel like this feels like Judge, there is a big chance that he's not coming back. And I also feel like what's not being talked about a lot, too, is, we're saying when he does come back, he may not be the same. It's going to take a while. He hasn't been cleared for, any baseball activities this entire time.
Right.
He has not swung a bat.
Mm-hmm.
That is a huge concern. I hope, I love Aaron Judge, and I wish Don was there today because he always bags on Yankee fans being brats and being spoiled. But, I want to remind him, Don, if you're listening, I want to remind him that, I think in the past 3 years, Yankee fans have just been so obnoxious about the World Series. I mean, yes, we lost one. It's because of Aaron Judge, because the more years that go by, the thought of this guy who has just carried this team emotionally, physically, vibes-wise, he is New York City. The idea that he may not win a World Series in New York is heartbreaking.
Yep.
It's criminal. And I don't, do you think that this organization is taking a step back and going, maybe building this whole thing around one person is just not that great of an idea? It's not that great of an idea in any sport, really, but the fact that him being absent, I mean, there are a lot of injuries. Him being absent has just demolish this team. And also, like, the narrative all year has been, well, the AL is so bad that we're just going to walk out of this thing, I think. Guess what? The AL, these teams are not playing bad anymore. So the Yankees, like, are a team that I don't think they're great at, like, overcoming their circumstances.
Yeah,
so that is
that's the best way to put
real
it.
concern.
That's the best. Emily, what you just said sounds like Judge's era. It sounds like this whole time since 2017, right? They cannot overcome their circumstances. They have struggled with that in every way you can imagine. And thank you for the call. You can hear the frustration. I don't know if that's what I think this year in a vacuum is the injuries all came at once, and the Judge injury is a variable, and Lombard is somebody that we see as part of our future. And so with that in mind, there's no real all-in you could have done at this deadline. And here's the other thing. Everybody else knew it. Everybody else that they were dealing with knew it, which is always why you pay the Yankee tax. That's a real thing. Justin in Tom's River. Justin.
Hey, guys. Thank you, as always, for taking my phone call. You know, like a lot of Yankee fans, I was very frustrated with yesterday. You guys brought up a lot of great points. You know, I had some time to sit back on it. I think it more has to do with, I think Judge is up on the air and coming back this year. But you can't tell me it's about the Yankee prospects. I'm sorry. The Yankees didn't even add a bullpen arm. You know, to play to the team's strengths for this year, you have an elite starting pitching staff, and to not get a bullpen arm. And Garcia Jr. has written all over it's just redundancy. You have Ben Rice at first base.
Yeah.
It's, again, clogging up that DH spot. The simple fact that they didn't even get creative, the simple fact that, you know, they didn't trade, you know, somebody to San Diego and take on money to get a player back, it just screams that Judge isn't coming back this year. Or it's the simple fact, again, that Cashman, you know,
overvalues his prospects. Or he overvalues them.
Overvaluing those, exactly.
Yeah. I think
it just was really disappointing. And, again, is Lombard even going to help Judge? You don't even know if there's a season next year. And Judge, again, 34 years old. If they don't play next year, he's 35, going to be 36. The window is shrinking. And for the Yankees not to go all in, I think screams that Judge isn't coming back. And just there was a very disappointing deadline for the Yankees. And with this championship window closing by the day, like everybody else was saying earlier, extremely frustrating.
Yeah, thank you, Justin. It's the only thing that changes it is if they actually get healthy. If that happens, you'll forget all about this. And they'll tell you, we like the team that we had. We just had to get healthy. And the bullpen, well, once we get healthy, you think about it. Clark Schmidt, you put him in the bullpen. He can give you, innings out of the bullpen when he returns. And, Ryan Weathers will go to the bullpen as well once Rodon comes back. Or Will Warren, one or the other. So they're looking at it that way. We're going to get relief in the bullpen just by getting healthy.
Even though, ironically, of course, last night they lost a way they don't normally lose.
Well, their bullpen was taxed.
Yeah, getting completely...
And taking Yarbrough out was a mistake.
But that just has not been the way that this team has lost. So it's funny that the kid, Garcia hits a home run.
Yeah.
They get to 7 runs, which for this team you think is a win.
That was
all
the
they
miracle.
need.
It was all home runs, of course.
But still, this year they don't really get there, and then bullpen blows up.
Yeah. Well, the kid hasn't given up any runs since May, and then he's throwing BP out there. And because there was nobody left, he had to leave him in. So the whole thing was it's amazing when they kept showing Boone, and you could just see it on Boone's face. He's like, of course.
Yeah, today.
Of course today's the day. The kid finally gives up some runs. All right, more of your calls coming up. Everybody wants to vent. You're going to get that opportunity to do it today because that's what this is all about. 800-919-3776. Don Hahn, Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
This is the Michael K. Show.
I think that when you watch a team every single day, I think we get more of a harsh perspective because teams that are having quote-unquote good years, the injury-decimated Yankees play those teams, and they seem to handle them quite well. Maybe things are not as bad as we all think they are because we're watching them every single day.
The Michael K. Show, weekdays at 1 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube. Presented by the Parisman Firm.
D'Agostino, Law Bite Back. This is John D'Agostino from D'Agostino & Associates. Did you know Social Security takes money out of every paycheck you earn, paycheck after paycheck, and you're not supposed to touch that money until you're 67? What if you can't work? What if you need that money now? The system is challenging and most people get denied. That's a fact. D'Agostino & Associates has the experience to win, and we win a lot. If you filed for Social Security disability benefits and were denied, let us appeal. Call us first at 1-800-BITE-BACK. Bite Back means fight back. 1-800-248-3222. We'll fight to get you paid. D'Agostino & Associates has offices throughout New York and New Jersey and handles Social Security disability claims and appeals. Remember, if you've been denied, call us first. 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222. D'Agostino & Associates. We win. A lot.
Whoever said fork in the road must have been hungry for the Sorrento and Sorrento Turbo Hybrid. Their 3-row seating and 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. With a capable Sorrento and Sorrento Turbo Hybrid, every way forward is the right way. Visit your local Kia dealer today. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Drive safely. See retailer for warranty details.
Mornings with DiPietro and Rothenberg.
Buster only joins us. Who is a team in the American League right now that should scare Yankees fans a little bit?
All of them. There's so much parity in the American League, it's kind of crazy. So if you told me that the Yankees reached the World Series, I wouldn't be shocked. And if you told me they got knocked out in the first round, that wouldn't shock me either. I don't think they have any idea what they're going to get out of Judge and Stan the rest of the year. Like none.
DiPietro and Rothenberg, morning 6 to 10 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
At University of Maryland Global Campus, we know you're no stranger to setting big goals, whether in school, at work, or in life, and you're ready for more. At UMGC, we offer the skills-based education you need to move your career forward. Learn how to apply AI, data science, and other emerging tech, plus gain skills in leadership and critical thinking. You've come far. Succeed again. Apply now and save with no application fee. Classes start August 12th. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
Drip Drop is doctor-developed, proven fast hydration that helps your body and mind work better. Trusted by firefighters, medical professionals, and over 90% of top college and pro sports teams. Drip Drop is engineered to hydrate faster and more effectively than water alone, with 3 times the electrolytes of leading sports drinks. Stock up now at dripdrop.com and use promo code RADIO20 for 20% off your first order. That's dripdrop.com, promo code RADIO20.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
I'm David Ortiz. When I lost my mom, she was only 46, and I lost my dad to cancer. It was the worst pain I ever felt. It made me think, what will happen with the people I love when my time is up? That's why I have life insurance. Ethos makes it easy. It's all online, take about 10 minutes, and you can get up to $3 million in coverage.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid testimonial. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Congratulations, New York. The Knicks did it. Through battle after battle, they dominated to become this year's NBA champions. Day in and day out, the hard work paid off, and you were there every step of the way. Enjoy the crown. Own it, because this year is your year. A part of your legacy that will never be forgotten. So celebrate this moment, show your pride, and shop the largest selection of official NBA gear at NBAstore.com. A Fanatics experience.
Okay.
I don't mind this.
What is this again?
This is
right down the line.
Yeah, Rafferty, Jerry Rafferty.
Look at you.
Look at me.
Who's better than you?
Right
No
down
one.
the line is good. Yeah. We were playing with something during the break. I want to look. Hey, look at you. Oh, we almost got it. Look up. Look up.
Oh,
that's a clean shot of you now.
That is significantly better.
This is just a little bit in the
Hold on.
shot.
Yeah, you
and
made
we just gotta get it, and now it's out. Look at you. Now you're no longer hiding behind a screen.
Whoa, you just changed everything in one moment. Now, do you think Dave Rothenberg comes in and instantly tries to start messing with it?
100%.
Even though it shouldn't matter.
Why is the monitor like this? It's just you know how you can't have.
By the way,
nice. So we got to get the couches out of the way behind you. Table.
No, I mean that part's not terrible.
You don't mind that?
Relative to what we got going on, I think that's pretty good.
Yeah. Okay.
This is not bad.
Not bad at all.
It's good work by you.
All right, we have calls 800-919-3776 on, of course, the Yankee frustration, but also anticipation, because tonight the prospect you've been hearing all about, the prospect that Brian Cashman wouldn't give up in some of these major deals he was trying to swing yesterday. He's in the lineup tonight, George Lombard Jr. at shortstop. No more Anthony Volpe. He has been sent down. Also, Jason Dominguez, the Martian, he's been sent down. That means Spencer Jones now, it's his time to see what he can do with opportunity while the Yankees wait to get healthy. Last night was a frustrating game. There's no question about it. Frustrating day for the Yankees. But something to watch tonight for sure. But there's a lot of venting that needs to be done, and Tony in Tampa wants to vent about Brian Cashman. Tony, the floor is yours.
Boys, I hope you guys are doing well. I really do. But I'm here to vent and let it out. I called a few months back in regards to my boy Brian Cashman prospect hugging, if you guys remember.
Yep.
And it only continues. And I'm starting to lose it. I need to be talked off a ledge. My rear end is chapped. I'm on the opposite side. I've been listening to Jake Asman, and I'm lockstep with him. Let these prospects fly. They are prospects. I understand some of them are hey, this guy is this, that, and the third. Well, Cam Schlittler, Ben Rice weren't on anybody's radar. Nobody was talked about like Volpe was, or Andujar, or Frazier, or Sanchez, right? But they come up and they start balling out, and you find diamonds in the rough. Well, I don't. If in a perfect world where, let's say, San Diego Padres were like, hey, Tatis wants out, and I want LeGrande, I want Lombard. You let him go. We're winning now. What did the Knicks do? They traded 4 first-round picks for Mikal Bridges. For prospects, essentially, they wanted to win now. They built a team to win now. I don't know if you guys agree with me or not, but if there was a big enough name out there and, we can't get rid of Lombard, I think that's bewilderment. That's bewilderment. Let them go. Get a mass haul of guys you know who are win now.
Are you, though, of the belief that they needed Tarek Skubal? Knowing what they have in their starting rotation, was that what you give up your prize prospect for? Like you said, Tatis. So that's a whole different level.
Yeah,
younger.
I'm thinking of a bat. All
right, I know. Right. All right. So the other need was catcher, and Adley Rutschman was that guy. And the Orioles, of course, nope, we want him in the deal. And he wasn't going to do that. See, it's not like they were trading for Juan Soto. Or they were you know what I mean? Like you're not trading for a guy under 30, under control, and one of the top players in the sport. Like that's not who they were going for. They were going for a 2-time Cy Young guy who's over 30, who's going to need to get paid, or an all-star catcher who has been hurt a lot, and some people think his skill set might be already fading. That's what you were doing there, right, Tony? So while I'm with you, because in the past, the prospect hugging, I'm with you. Because you named all the names. You played all the hits. Clint Frazier, Andujar, Florial, all these guys that he wouldn't let go of. Right? All of them. And so that's why it drives you crazy. Yes. So it makes you crazy. But in this case, I don't know if I'm saying let Lombard go for what they were trying to get. You know what I mean?
Now, let me ask you this, Alan. I hear you. And maybe Skubal, maybe not. Because,
if it was Paul Skeens, different story.
That's the strength of the team, right? That's the strength.
Right.
But you don't think they need bats, especially a right-handed bat. So you don't think they were shopping around, and you don't think a name got brought up, and I'm sure a name got brought up, and Cashman probably said, LeGrande, Lombard, no, we're just gonna ride them out. We're gonna pull up Lombard and give it a shot. But I think you gotta.
We weren't able to compete.
Change some things up and win now.
Yeah, we weren't able to compete at that level. I mean, that's what he said. I hate that phrasing because I'd rather him just say they wanted a prospect of ours that we were not giving up. Tony, hang in there. Always have an opportunity to vent. Now let's continue with Matt in the Poconos. Matt, how's the Poconos today?
Sunny and bright, Alan. And that's what we're trying to be. We're trying to be positive here. We're looking at this all wrong.
All right.
What if we didn't want to upset our pitching staff by the only thing we have going for us is pitching? You bring in a new catcher, and then what do we have?
I know.
Am I crazy?
No, I see what you're doing. Because one thing you say about Austin Wells is that the catchers they like him. That the framing and all that stuff, like he at least has that. But I don't think that was the top 3 reason why not. I don't think it was.
Yeah, but there was no Johnny Bench. There was no Mike Piazza in his prime available. Why would you give up on?
Right, Matt,
we don't have a shortstop. Why would we give up on Lombard?
Well, first of all, Jeffers suddenly wasn't available. I think they were banking on Jeffers, and all of a sudden the Twins decided because they won 2 games, we're not going to sell, and I think that caught them off guard. I think they thought that was their fallback. I think Adley Rutschman became like, wait, this guy's available, and you're willing to talk to division opponents? All right, let's get in on this. And if they had felt that way, we don't want to mess with our pitching, they wouldn't have made the offers they made. They wouldn't have called. So, Matt, I get it. And I like that you're trying to find the silver lining. And maybe Wells snaps out of it. He did have a home run last night. Maybe he feels a little less pressure now. I'd like him to shave the mustache. Maybe that'll do something. I don't know. Something. But maybe past the deadline he can relax. I don't know. But I'm not sure that we don't want to mess with our pitching staff was a reason why they didn't make any deals. Thank you, Matt. I mean, it's a good theory. I don't know if I'm buying it.
I think you already said earlier what this was, and we all know what it is. And that is they just don't know what this team is without Aaron Judge.
That's right.
And if you can't make any decision on Aaron Judge, he was last looked at when the All-Star break ended.
Yep.
And we were told we're going to look again in a couple of weeks. It's now been going on a month. And we're hearing, they have no clue when he's coming back, and they lean towards it's not looking good. That's what I took from Cashman yesterday.
Absolutely.
It's leaning towards maybe not at all.
It's the possibility of it might not go our way, but we know he wants to play.
Great.
And it's like, wow.
Yeah.
And using words like hope.
And even when he tried to go far and say we're all hopeful, blah, blah, blah. But but even with that, the hedging, it was nonstop.
Yeah. He had to be careful. And it does tell you, again, actions over words. Hey, guys, I want to tell you about Rings End, by the way. I showed Peter the finished product at the house.
Gorgeous, by the way.
I mean, the whole thing. And the centerpiece of it all, of course, was this French door that we put in. And my contractor, Michael Weldon, he worked with Rings End for the perfect door for this project. And if you have a project at your home, everybody likes to do home improvement updates, upgrades of your house. You have to get your contractor to work with the best companies that have the best product lines that contractors like my guy Michael rely on. So Rings End is that place. Now, Rings End is local. They are family-owned and operated since 1902. They're a Northeast company. They have 8 full-service lumber yards in Connecticut and Westchester County, and they have 12 freestanding paint centers as well. This is a place you can go to get not just doors like I did, but windows, kitchens, all the stuff that you need to make your house just a little bit better. And this is home improvement season, everybody. This is the time to go. And if you can't make it to any of their locations, you can always shop online at ringsend.com. That's ringsend.com. I'm happy with them. Very happy with the finished product. I trust them. You can trust them too. You know what else you can trust? That Peter has tables. And there's quarterbacks all invited to the wedding.
That's right. But where are they sitting?
Where are they sitting? We're going to do that next. We'll continue your calls, of course, on the Yankees as well. Stay with us. Hahn, Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
At Uline, they know going the extra mile takes hard work.
For companies pushing to go further, Uline will go the distance with you. 24/7, they answer the phone to get you the shipping and industrial supplies you need. Business can move fast. Unexpected large orders, adverse weather, new safety guidelines, and changing economic trends. Uline works hard keeping 41,000 items ready to ship, minimizing detours on your way to the extra mile. Visit uline.com.
If you've been injured on a construction site, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique labor laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling construction accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for hardworking New Yorkers. From scaffold accidents to slip and falls and equipment failures, they've got your back. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS. That's right, 718-WORKERS, because your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
Hey, Yankees fans! Join us at Yankee Stadium on Friday, August 21st, as the Yankees take on the Toronto Blue Jays. And don't miss Cody Bellinger Bobblehead Night, presented by T-Mobile. The first 18,000 guests through the gates will take home an exclusive Cody Bellinger bobblehead. Get here early, grab the giveaway, and cheer on the Bronx Bombers. Tickets are available now at Yankees.com/tickets.
Your ambition just met its match with Robinhood. You play for the win, not just on game day, every day. Channel that drive into your money. Robinhood puts you in control, all on one platform. You expect more from yourself. Expect more from your money. Get started today at Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Again, that's Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Your money, your move.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
ESPN New York is your home for the world champion New York Knicks. WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York.
.402 in the big city with Peter Rosenberg. I'm Alan Hahn. We have your calls at 800-919-3776. Stay put. We'll get back to you momentarily, but Peter, this is like this has become an annual tradition for you.
Unlike any other, some would say. The Masters. No. The World Cup.
And that's probably where we'll just stop.
And
then we'll draw a line.
And the tables.
And the tables?
And the tables.
Think so?
Well, I think this is year 3.
Peter King's power rankings. That was always a big thing.
Yeah. But Peter, he's been replaced. Everyone knows that.
Wow. A new Peter in town.
That's the new Peter in town.
All right. Well, the quarterback tables is something you've been doing for a couple of years. And it's August, and this is a great time for us to unveil your 2026 quarterback tables. How many tables do we have?
That's a great question. I'm glad you asked it, frankly. I have 5 tables.
All right. Last year you had 5, so 5 tables.
Now, I will tell you, table 5 is somewhat lonely, and it's special and it's specific.
Well, table 5 last year was not lonely. Should we remind everybody what table 5 was last year? So those who don't know, by the way, quarterback table is simply this. As you know, at weddings or big events, when you invite people, everybody has to sit at different tables. We all know table 1 is the one that's right there in front of the bride and groom.
Sometimes it's with the bride and groom.
Close family.
Yeah.
And then it goes from there. So if you're at table 5, you're in the back. You're barely in the ballroom, but you're there. You were invited, which is nice, but you're in the back, so you're not quite close, but you were close enough that you're invited. So that's how this works. It's basically a power rank 1 through 5. So who sits with whom, that's kind of like it shows the cachet that you have as a quarterback in the NFL. So, Peter, let's start in the back of the room.
You want to start in the back of the room?
I think we should start in the back of the room.
Okay, all right. I don't know if I've done it that way before, but I like it.
Don't you think we should have some suspense?
I like building that way.
All right. So the back of the room, table 5, you said a little bit lonely. Last year,
and just keep in mind, I am not outright putting rookie quarterbacks who have not played at a table this year.
All right,
I've removed them. It's because it's stupid.
So no Mendoza.
No, Mendoza's not at a table.
All right. So none of that yet. All right. So table 5 last year. It involved J.J. McCarthy, Cam Ward, both quarterbacks from the Colts, including Daniel Jones, Anthony Richardson, both from the Saints, Tyler Shuck and Spencer Rattler, and all 50 from Cleveland. Flacco, Sanders, Pickett, Gabriel, no mention, of course, of Watson.
Well, I've got good news and I've got bad.
All right, give me the good news.
I hope you were comfortable with where you sat last year, Cleveland, because you're back at table 5.
Oh, wow. So is it Sanders and Watson?
And Gabriel, unfortunately.
Oh, Gabriel's still there?
Because they're all trying for it, yeah.
Okay.
Right. Now, listen, people are saying, there are people in Cleveland saying that Deshaun Watson cannot play anymore. That even in training camp, cannot play. It's gone.
It's gone?
It's gone. And we won't see him. He won't make the team.
Did you happen to see him being asked about his contract being up and would he be interested in signing with more, an extension with the Browns?
And what did he say?
And his obvious answer was, "Of course, I love it here."
Yeah, why not? Because it may be the last
job.
Only play. Now,
is there a greater drop-off when it comes to talent?
No, listen, hold on. The Deshaun Watson thing is a 30 for 30. It's unspeakable what's happened.
He was so good.
We've never seen anything like it.
And a wonderful story.
And we'll probably never see it again.
No. All right.
Table, though,
yeah.
Table 5, it is simply the quarterbacks of the Cleveland Browns.
Yep.
And the quarterbacks of the Cardinals. Because we don't know what Carson Beck is, so he's not on the list.
Right.
So the other quarterbacks you have competing are Jacoby Brissett and Gardner Minshew.
Brissett's your starter, yeah.
So they can sit at table 5.
I think you're right.
Respectfully. What else are we doing?
Okay. So that's that. That's table 5.
That is table 5.
So 4 guys, 5 at table 5.
Table 4 has a lot of guys competing for jobs and a lot of guys who are over the hill.
Okay.
And then one guy who I think is going the right direction, but I'm sorry, I just haven't quite seen enough yet, so we'll see. So
I could stop you really quick.
Please.
Your table 5 used to include J.J. McCarthy. It's not including him anymore?
No.
After what he...
No, I got him. I don't think he's in the same air as who's there.
Isn't he battling with a former Cardinals quarterback?
He is. And both of those guys are sitting at table 4.
Really?
Yes. Shedeur Sanders is probably not an NFL quarterback.
Wow. Strong. I take that personal.
Jacoby Brissett is hanging onto the league by a thread.
He played well last year.
I'm fine with Cleveland and Arizona just sitting at the end.
Okay.
Whereas I think J.J. McCarthy, there is belief in him in Minnesota. His numbers last year are not horrifying. He has at least shown to me that he's as low as you can get without being at the table with Cleveland and Arizona.
Well,
so let's all calm down. This isn't exactly a huge endorsement.
But it does feel like, though, that if he loses out to Murray, he's done.
Oh, he gone.
Yeah. Okay.
He is sitting at table 4 with Tua Tagovailoa, who at this point is now competing for a job and also can't stay healthy.
Yeah.
So we have a double whammy.
Which is the story of Atlanta quarterbacks lately.
Well, that's good because Michael Penix Jr. is there as well. I hate to say this, but based on last year with the Raiders, how do you not put Geno Smith at table 4? Sorry, right?
Ouch.
I hate
you
that.
You had Geno at table 3 last year.
Yeah, he dropped back a table. It's a bad year. What are you going to do? By the way, there's a lot of movement.
Okay.
I'm not sad about this one. We'll get into more of that at 4:30, but sorry. After a couple of years of being mediocre, now being a year older, I'm putting Aaron Rodgers at table 4. I have 0 expectations.
Wow.
That's where I'm at.
Rodgers last year was at table 3, so it's not a huge drop.
No, I mean, the man's in his 40s.
Mm-hmm.
I understand how the excuse machine is out, and apparently he was dog sick, but he laid a complete egg in the playoffs, lost 30-6.
Not good.
So I'm going to go ahead and have him sit at table 4.
All right.
And the old people like to leave early anyway. You know what weddings are like. He will be he'll be sitting with J.J. McCarthy's buddy, Kyler Murray.
Right. You have both of them.
Both competing and sitting at the same table.
Mm-hmm.
This guy fought to stay away from the Cleveland, Arizona table, but he shouldn't. He still has a little gas in the tank. Kirk Cousins at table 4.
Fair.
And then the one who I'm sure there are people who could say he's at 3 because of how much they like him. I'm not fighting that. I just haven't seen enough. So I'm putting him in like the first seat. That's Tyler Shuck, who I'm putting at the way top of table 4. I understand they're very excited in New Orleans. You look at the stats, and I just personally haven't watched enough Shuck to know what's there yet. So I'm putting him at the top of table 4 with the opportunity. But I think you'll agree when we read table 3, he would be the last person at table 3.
All right. Want to mention, just so we keep the math right, Daniel Jones was at table 5 last year. You have not mentioned him yet.
Mm-mm.
And he coming off the Achilles and all.
I know.
At table 4, you had Justin Fields.
He's not playing anymore.
And he's
I don't think there's a seat for Justin Fields.
He's not even in the room, so he didn't get invited.
He's not invited to the wedding. He's out.
Okay, so he's gone.
Yeah.
All right, and then Bryce Young was at table 4.
Yep.
But you've got a place for him somewhere else now.
I do, yeah.
Okay.
I don't. Well, you're giving some stuff away because you. No, not in a bad way.
Well, but
they're not going to be
still
too far.
3 tables to fill.
A lot of tables to fill.
I'm just letting you know, like some names that were. Well,
let's get to some of those names.
Okay.
You mentioned Bryce Young.
Yep.
I think Bryce Young has done enough to earn himself a spot towards the bottom of table 3, and that's where I will see Bryce Young, who again has not shown yet that he's that dude, but has shown some good things. I think there's enough reason to have belief in Bryce Young. I think Cam Ward showed you enough to hang out at low on table 3, especially with the new staff that he's going to have.
Yep.
I think there's a lot of reason to believe that Cam Ward, and you have to also factor in potential. That's a number 1 overall pick talent-wise.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So until he shows us something else, I have to imagine that when you bring in Dable, you bring in this Saleh, this group is going to be able to really get the most out of Cam Ward. So I put Cam Ward at 3.
Okay.
Now you also mentioned Daniel Jones. I understand he's coming off the injury, but sorry, man, that was a hell of a year. That was a year deserving of table 3.
They were 8-2, and then he had that hairline fracture on the tibia. Then they lost a couple of games. He played through it. Then he blew out the Achilles. And by the way, he's already back.
Yeah,
like that's crazy.
Listen.
Achilles was the middle of the season.
We all thought that Jones had potential here. It just did not work in New York.
He never could be 7 years. I think only 2 of the 7 years he didn't miss multiple games due to injury.
And also that's
a big deal.
It was also frankly not a super talented team offensively.
No offense.
I mean, with Darius and by the way, and like Darius Slayton, respectfully, he just didn't have a ton of weapons.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
So I put Daniel Jones at 3.
All right, table 3. Okay.
I also put. Well, but think about who he's sitting with, by the way.
Let's see.
This one may be the most controversial. Jackson Dart's at table 3. I thought, now he's not sitting on the top half of table 3. He's on the back half of table 3. But I thought Jackson Dart played enough in I think 13 games last year.
Mm-hmm.
He was not excellent, but he showed you enough to make you believe there could be something. I think if you look around at the overall group of this league, this is the general area where most people would have him. He is in the middle of the pack and on the rise with the hope that what you saw last year was a hint of what's to come. He is also sitting next to a guy coming off a great playoff run in Bo Nix, who I don't believe belongs any higher than table 3, but I thought had a really good year.
Fair. His defense really was the thing.
But he got the job done.
And we won't know what would have happened in the AFC Championship game if he was not hurt. So he stays at table 3. That's okay.
3 guys who have a big year in deciding whether they go up or down come next. And those 3 are Trevor Lawrence, C.J. Stroud, and Brock Purdy. Purdy, statistically, last year, obviously there was injury, did not play as much. When he played, though, was pretty good. And you have to go on what he was before that as well. And they've made some interesting moves out there.
This is a big-ass table.
It's a big. Oh, no, 3's a big table.
Big table.
By the way, 2's even bigger.
Is it?
Yeah. 2's big this year.
Actually, it has to be.
Yeah, 2's pretty loaded up this year. And one's sparse.
All right.
C.J. Stroud, I know we kind of keep always putting this sort of disappointment thing on C.J. Stroud. I mean, I'm sorry, guys. The proof is in the pudding. This isn't like the best team in the league. They've been a pretty good team since C.J. Stroud has been there.
The last memory of him, though, is not good.
No, it's not. Well, listen.
And by the way, the first memory of him, did you see him walking in training camp?
No, what did he look like?
It went viral. He had like cargo short, like big baggy and a T-shirt. He looked like a middle schooler, like first day of school. Like it just looks. He cut the braids. Like it looks very big. It looks bizarre. You see it?
Is this it?
Yeah.
Or is this someone making fun of him?
He was getting dragged for this.
No, I just see people
he had a big smile on his face. He put some weight on, so he's a little chubbier. Like it's just.
Oh, here it is.
Yeah.
C.J. Stroud has gone viral for losing his aura. He looks like
there you go. You see it. Look at him. Got a backpack, the oversized T-shirt. Like that is
seriously, that's central casting for Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
I might have put him at table 4 if I saw this. I missed this video.
Yeah.
He looks 7.
I swear to God, that is straight out of a middle school kid's closet.
That literally day 1?
Yep. Walked in, backpack, baggy
shorts,
By the way, I love baggy shirt.
I love that Dove Kleinman account has just gone now like full TMZ.
Oh, yeah.
He adds
somebody
opinions.
bought it, right? Didn't somebody buy it?
Oh, maybe that's what happened.
I think somebody bought it.
Because it went from it used to just say things to now listen to the post from that Dove Kleinman's account. He's gone viral for losing all of his aura arriving at the facility. Stroud looks like he has zero confidence. Houston may have a serious problem. It's now a full opinion account. Anyways, though, sorry, CJ's still there though. This will be the year that makes or breaks it.
Okay.
And that's everybody at table 3 except for one more who I'm putting there because I do have a belief in him. And we have not yet. It's hard to judge him fully based on the fact that we have not seen him in this situation, but we will get a chance this year to see him as the starter in Miami, and that is Malik Willis, who I'm also putting at table 3. Now, you could argue for 4. You certainly couldn't argue higher than 3 for a guy who's only started a handful of games, but I have to admit, I am a bit of a Malik Willis believer.
Same.
So
I'm with you.
Give me Malik Willis at table 3.
That's going to be a big story in Miami. Big story is going to be what he can become. And I'm hearing that they are doing less with his legs and more in the pocket early on.
Well, isn't that really what he should be? That's always what I think of him as.
Because Green Bay just had him he was all over the place.
Well, yeah. Well, but
when he filled in for Love, he was good.
Yeah.
A lot of it was his athleticism.
Well, but it was interesting. He's athletic in a different sort of way. He's not super traditional as a runner.
No. All right. So
I know. Now let's get to table 2, and I know this one you may beef about, but I'm sorry, he can't go to table 1 yet.
All right.
And that is your boy toy, Super Bowl quarterback Drake May.
Drake's Cakes.
Wow. I'm not comfortable with that, but he threw for 4,300 yards and 31 touchdowns last year. Had a great season. Part of me, of course, does believe it was just the perfect system and the perfect season. I do not expect him to put up the kind of numbers he did last year.
He's got Romeo Doubs and A.J. Brown.
Pretty loaded up. So you think even better this year?
I mean, how could you not?
Well, hopefully he's got a focused head coach and a team that's comfortable.
I can almost promise you that he's hyper focused. You know what I mean?
I can almost promise you he's never going home. He might never leave the facility.
He's going to be burning the midnight oil. He might even sleep on the couch in his office, Peter.
Well, that would match where he sleeps at home. Oh, no, I forgot to pay my meter.
All right.
Come on, dude. All right, so Drake May is there. He's also, let's just go ahead and put both Super Bowl quarterbacks there, shall we? I'm sorry, he's moved up, but how could Sam Darnold not find himself at table 2?
I'm very happy about this.
How could he not be? This is literally a Super Bowl champion. Mm-hmm. Now, the Super Bowl champion aura doesn't last forever, as you'll find out here shortly. But you win a Super Bowl, you have another great season.
And he was very good.
You deserve to be there. And he was very good. Very, very good.
Yeah.
Another guy who's clearly on the upshot. Everybody knows it. I know there's some people questioning whether he'll keep it up this year. Some think he will not. Some expect even more. Mm-hmm. I've been thoroughly impressed with Caleb Williams.
Yep.
He's now at table 2.
Very good.
And let's just stay there in the NFC North.
Okay.
I think he's come short of taking the monster step we've been waiting to see. But in my question, Jordan Love absolutely believes in table 2. Belongs in table 2, I should say. I'm a big fan. I guess I kind of expected he might already be a table 1 guy at this stage. I don't think he's quite there.
Kind of need more playoff moments.
That's the thing, though.
Mm-hmm.
He hasn't won the biggest of games yet.
And the health thing.
Yeah, he has had some untimely moments off the field.
Yeah. Okay.
Perennial number 2, Dak Prescott.
Just lives there.
He lives there.
Yeah. He's got a chair with his name on it.
Stay healthy.
Right.
They just be a half-decent team, and he seems to stay there. And by the way, he deserves it. He's consistently very, very good.
Okay.
We can all say what we want.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, I could see there was a time when people would have argued and laughed at this guy being table 2. Now there are people who would argue he could be table 1. That is Jared Goff.
Yeah.
Again, just consistently the dude in Detroit. No argument.
Very good.
Sorry, Baker Mayfield now. This is the spot where he lives.
Agree.
He is table 2.
He'll still feel like it's a knock, though. He's already got a chip on his shoulder because he's still table 2.
And by the way,
he's mad at you.
Yeah, I know.
You know what? During the ceremony, he's giving you the eye, really, dude.
Seriously?
Still
you don't think I'm table 1?
I can't get over there. Right.
Well, this is as we know, this is a huge show me year for him.
Yeah.
He'll try to get his money
because they didn't give him the money.
Yeah, so he's gonna apparently
right, so 7.
They thought he was table 2 as well, and I guess he wants. I guess they want
he
table
wants
1
money.
He wants table 1 money. Listen, we were having a discussion before the show. There are some people who think this guy is overrated. I don't see how you go lower than this table with him from a talent standpoint and just games won, and that's Justin Herbert. To me, from a talent standpoint,
still at 2, huh?
I still have him at 2. He another year in the Harbaugh system. Let's see what happens here. I really like Herbert. He does not get protected, guys. He is on his ass constantly. And if you still look at the numbers he puts up year after year without really being thoroughly protected. Last year, what was a down year in which people are groaning about him, 3,700 yards, 26 touchdowns, 13 picks. It's still a damn good year. And every year, the numbers are kind of the same. He threw for 5,000 yards back in 2021. He has not matched that. But, hey, give me almost 4,000 yards in 26 TDs. He's not at the top of table 2 anymore, that's for sure, but he's there.
Okay.
And then
we're not done yet?
No, we're not, because I got to put my boy there.
It's an 8-man table.
Jaden Daniels got to be at table 2.
He was a table 1 guy.
I thought after year 1, he did enough to earn. He is in the top dudes you look at in this league. I understand it was biased. I admit that, but I really thought that year showed you that.
It's fair to say this. He didn't have a bad year.
He didn't. He just could not stay on the field.
He just got hurt.
But
I think that's the biggest thing that happened. Is it's one thing if you had a good rookie year and then you had that setback second year where the league caught up to you or whatever. He just got hurt. So we have to now see if year 1 was the
anomaly.
Yeah.
But the fact of the matter is, I have to punish him, even though I don't want to, for not being on the field last year. Because the number 1 ability for a quarterback's availability. And if you're not there at all,
this is Daniel Jones.
Dude, he threw for 1,200 yards and 8 touchdowns. Come on. I can't do better than that. Now, do I think he will bounce back? I do. But listen, I don't know. You look at Vegas, they do not expect much from this team. So I'll be very interested to see what he does. And then one person who probably will not be happy, but I talked about the aura.
Wait, another?
Yeah, I talked about
10 guys at the table.
I talked about this, the aura of the Super Bowl wearing off.
Yeah.
Respectfully, even though he had a nice season statistically, even a better season than the year he won the Super Bowl, I have Jalen Hurts at table 2. Because I truthfully, in my heart of hearts, do not believe Jalen Hurts is a table 1 guy, a guy who basically can will his team on his own to being good. That's not Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts, to me, excels as a quarterback being on a completely loaded football team on both sides of the ball. That's where that's how I judge Jalen Hurts. I don't think he's willing you. Like, you don't have... The reason I had Jaden Daniels at table 1 in year 1 was that was a decent team that he willed to the championship game.
Went into Detroit and just rolled them.
So that's how he earned his way there.
I got you.
Jalen Hurts earned his way there by being on a great team and being a Super Bowl MVP.
And you know what?
That's how he got there.
That's not a crazy take at all.
I don't think it is.
I think in Philadelphia they might even argue the same thing.
They might want him lower. That Philadelphia is a nut house.
Yeah.
But I think this is the fair place. He's at the top of table 2.
Look,
that's where he deserves to be.
A.J. Brown didn't want to be there anymore. And one of the reasons why was because this dude ain't it.
And
right?
we'll see how that meets out between the two of them next year.
Certainly will.
With AJ in New England.
All right, so we got
and table 1 is pretty easy, man. And I don't think there'll be a ton of argument. I suppose there could be.
All right, I'm looking at 4 names.
5.
I'm missing something.
1 is your boy, and you know it. So get your guy out of the way.
Oh my God!
Get your guy.
You had him at table 3 last year.
No, not your guy.
My guy?
Oh, that guy.
The other guy.
Yeah, I did. Last year, it's a good place to start.
The MVP.
Last year, coming off of a year that was pretty good, but he was beat up, and people thought he really had a back issue, and then he goes out and just completely goes in the time machine, gets MVP. Matt Stafford's back at table 1. Sorry, has to be.
Okay.
Then your guy.
My guy, Joe Burrow.
No, that's my guy.
Oh,
your guy's Lamar Jackson.
My guy's Lamar Jackson.
That's right. Your guy's Lamar Jackson. My guy's Joe Cool.
There's a lot of quarterbacks that I like.
Yeah, no, but Lamar, listen, it's a show-me year for Lamar Jackson. They ran Harbaugh out of town because they chose you.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, are you ever going to show them that you're a guy who goes and wins games or not? But he's still Lamar Jackson. He feels basically unstoppable when you play him. Lamar is there. Joe Cool, again, injured, coming off a year that's not what you want. But to me, the body of work now has shown who he is.
And by the way, look at that division. Tell me why they shouldn't be a team that makes a claim for the AFC North.
Well, they should be battling with Baltimore for the division.
Absolutely.
Why not? Like Cleveland doesn't exist, and I don't think Aaron Rodgers is very good.
Right, exactly. Cleveland is a bye week, and Pittsburgh. What are they with McCarthy and with Rodgers? That feels like that's just going to be a farewell tour.
Yeah, I said
so
to
if
Anthony,
Burrow is healthy, how are they not?
I said to Anthony before the show started, I'm not shocked if Will Howard doesn't get snaps in Pittsburgh this year. I don't think it's going to be a great year for the Steelers.
Okay.
So you're right. Cincinnati should compete. You said health. That is the key. In 2024, Joe Burrow threw for nearly 5,000 yards and 43 touchdowns. However, if you combine 2023 and 2025, he has less yardage in those two seasons combined than he did in 2024 because of injury, and less touchdowns, 32 in those two seasons combined. So the key to Joe Burrow is always health, and of course, it doesn't even need to be said, but at the top of the heap, seats 1 and 2, Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen. Tell me, Allen, after the break, do you have any disagreements with these tables? That's what I want you to marinate on.
I have a couple.
1-800-919-3776. What are your issues with these quarterback tables? Anthony, I think, was in lockstep, fully in lockstep. I don't think there's a ton of controversy.
I think
we can get into it.
I think this is some of your best work.
Thank you very much.
D'Agostino Law Bite Back. This is John D'Agostino from D'Agostino & Associates, and I know how a serious accident can change your life just like that.
I'm Jenna D'Agostino, and I understand that with pain comes medical bills and time out of work. Let us get you justice.
This is John Ryan, the closer. For over 35 years, our family has been getting accident victims every dollar they deserve.
I started this firm for the injured so they can bite back against the insurance companies.
Our legacy is to get you justice. Bite back.
To get you paid. Bite back.
At D'Agostino & Associates, bite back means fight back. When you're hurt and they blame you, we bite back and get you every dollar you deserve. We have offices throughout New York and New Jersey, so call us first at 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222. 1-800-248-3222. I've been there, and I'll be there for you.
Okay, girls, ready to go?
Yeah! Mom, I'm hungry. Can I have a snack? Me too, Mommy.
You want a snack?
Yeah!
Got it?
Children learn from our behaviors. Mommy, can you open this,
All right,
please?
hold on 1 second. Okay. Okay, here.
Thank you. They learn what is okay from the adults they see. Mommy, are you on your phone? If you're a distracted driver, chances are they will be too. What kind of driver are you raising? Funded by the Governor's Traffic Safety Committee.
Monkey Sports, built by players for players, is your one-stop shop for hockey, baseball, lacrosse, and more. Find top-name equipment and expert in-store services like sharpening, break-ins, and relacing. Shop in-store at Monkey Sports in Farmingdale or Woodbridge, or online for all the top brands. Whatever your sports, Monkey Sports gets you game ready fast. Monkey Sports, where athletes shop.
Hop in a John Deere Gator XUV for a day's work. Let's see what's on the to-do list. There goes the tree. And the fence. Not a problem. Because you've got a cargo box filled with solutions. Up to 4,000 pounds of towing capacity. And you're ready to roll.
The power's out!
Here we go again. The Gator XUV, built for every kind of workday. Learn more at johndeere.com/Gator XUV. Nothing runs like a deer.
A small business affirmation from Progressive. Bakery owners, you will be loved today. Every pastry will be flaky. Your cake will make a child's day. Your delivery van won't get sideswiped by a distracted garbage truck driver. But if so, breathe easy, knowing you'll get back to business quickly with Progressive protecting your commercial auto. See if you can save in as little as 8 minutes at progressivecommercial.com.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
And now it's time for traffic. Here's Brandy Scott.
Thanks so much, guys. Going to be a gorgeous night for a ball game in the Bronx. We've got the Yanks home if you're getting a jump start at the inbound, George. Not too bad, just about 10 to 15 minutes for both the upper and lower decks from 80-95. Best of it to the outbound, George Westside Highway and Henry Hudson. Cross Bronx westbound, just slam from the Bruckner on through. Adding to the delays, an accident in the right lane involving a tractor-trailer over by Rosedale Avenue. And after that, once you're in Jersey, stay away from Route 4 westbound. Shut down with a down tree by Teaneck Road in Teaneck. Traffic at a standstill there and backed up into Englewood. Outbound Lincoln, your best ride at 10 to 15 minutes. Outbound Helena and you close to 20. This report is sponsored by RockAuto.com. A bent tire rod can quickly bring a drive to a halt. For the parts needed to get back on the road, visit RockAuto.com. Find a wide selection of quality parts at reliably low prices. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
Your ambition just met its match with Robinhood. You push yourself in everything you do, scanning headlines for insights, keeping an eye on the market. Robinhood puts you in control of your money, all on one platform. You expect more from yourself. Expect more from your money. Get started today at Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Again, that's Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Your money, your move.
Drip Drop is doctor-developed, proven fast hydration that helps your body and mind work better. Trusted by firefighters, medical professionals, and over 90% of top college and pro sports teams. Drip Drop is engineered to hydrate faster and more effectively than water alone, with 3 times the electrolytes of leading sports drinks. Stock up now at dripdrop.com and use promo code RADIO20 for 20% off your first order. That's dripdrop.com, promo code RADIO20.
Sometimes you just can't take it anymore.
You're done. I'm done.
This is Let's Talk About It Tuesday.
And it's a really
with Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg. Brought to you by Samwell Institute for Pain Management.
That's right. Time for Let's Talk About It. Brought to you by Samwell Institute for Pain Management. I'm going to try to stay more calm now than I did on my morning program today. Right, I got a little bit animated.
A little bit?
When talking about...
You're very animated on that.
At times too animated, some would say. And we will get back to your phone calls, by the way, if you want to discuss the quarterback tables, 1-800-919-3776. We'll keep going with that. However, yesterday Aaron Rodgers went on Pat McAfee and had a plan.
Which he's wont to do.
Yeah. He had a plan. And the plan was twofold. I am going to comment a lot on Anthony Fauci's recent testifying in front of Congress, in which he, pled the fifth the whole time and didn't really speak, as everyone now has seen. I want to get some thoughts off on that, and then I want to get some shots in at ESPN, and I want to be the rebel who goes on ESPN and talks about ESPN.
Yeah.
And we have our commentary on, I can only speak for Don and myself in this era because you and I weren't together yet. But Don and I are always were huge fans of Aaron Rodgers, the football player. Literally, maybe during his prime, I'd say my favorite quarterback to ever play.
Mm-hmm.
I loved watching him. And then as the years went on, these last few years, there was a series of things that happened. He has sort of oversimplified those things into the world was against me, the media is after me, I am just a truth teller, and the media tears me down. Now, that's not how I see things, but I don't want to relitigate his handling of the vaccine and Anthony Fauci because there's too much loaded into it, and even though we do some things related to politics occasionally, I don't think here it's necessary, and I'd rather not. Because he said other things, frankly, that may have been even dumber. Among them, he went after ESPN specifically.
Yeah.
In reference to the Fauci thing, he said to McAfee, how much did your network have to say about Anthony Fauci? To which I thought, well, it's ESPN, and
the
former head of infectious disease testifying in front of Congress. Not real in 2026.
Don't know how you work that into SportsCenter.
Don't really know how that fits.
Coming up next on Get Up.
Yeah, Kevin Nagandi breaking that down at 6 o'clock. I just don't
feel like that.
Don't really feel like it
ever
fits.
Going to be, yeah.
And then in saying that, he included it. How much time did they spend on Taylor and Travis's wedding? I got to be honest.
It was the usual thing where
maybe a one-liner,
pictures or some
for a second, like
tweets or
maybe.
Yeah,
I don't remember. I saw it on Good Morning America.
Yeah,
for sure.
It was heavily there.
Yeah, I don't.
But ESPN-wise, I think they just any of the shows might have just kind of shown whatever might have leaked out, but there wasn't like a dedicated camera on the Garden.
There's nothing,
and people outside giving you stand-up coverage. That didn't exist.
So the comp that he's sort of making here, because and
but
by the way,
there was one more thing.
No, I'm getting.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to be unsympathetic. Believe me, I understand what it's like to take things really personally and hold on to things. He's a human being, okay? So I get that.
Mm-hmm.
But to think you're as smart as Aaron tends to act like he is and try to make an apples-to-apples comparison between how much a network talked about you when you were the quarterback of the Green Bay Packers.
And said immunized.
And intentionally were misleading. The fact that they talked about that and covered it versus how much they covered a government official giving a testimony 6 years later when the pandemic's many years over, the comp makes no sense.
Mm-hmm.
It was a ridiculous thing to say. He went on in that ranting and raving about Fauci, he kept calling him a coward. This whole anger was based on the fact, at least I can only speak for how I viewed Rodgers. I don't have a problem with Rodgers not believing in the vaccine. I don't believe in it. Everyone has the right to believe.
Right.
Most people who liked you, their issue was you weren't upfront and honest.
Mm-hmm.
And yet you're going on a complete tantrum about someone else being a coward. But the reason you were so talked about is because you didn't own up to the thing that you did. It's not because of the thing that you did, even though you've cleverly made it that and made a lot of people go to your side. But more than all of that, to spend all this time calling Anthony Fauci a coward, and then you decide you want to aim your gun at Tom Brady and Michael Rubin. At the end of his thing, he goes, "Oh, my career's over. I'm not going to be some weirdo trying to go to some party on the East Coast, do some podcast," and very clearly wanted to take his shots at Brady and Rubin. Well, why are you being a coward? Just call them out. Just say their names, tough guy. You are literally standing here as if you're brave when you stand in a privileged position that is unimaginable. You are worth hundreds of millions of dollars. You're the face of the Pittsburgh Steelers, whose response to this entire thing was, in spite of the fact that he jeopardized, in many ways, or attempted to jeopardize, the relationship with one of the companies that covers them, that they're in business with. Because I don't know if people understand this. ESPN, the first letter is entertainment, right?
Mm-hmm.
ESPN has contracts with leagues. They work together.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't like supposed to be hard news. We're a sports company that covers sports.
Right.
And even though you went after one of their partners, the Steelers said, our players are entitled to whatever opinions they have. Wow. That is a really privileged position to be able to sit there and do those things and have no ramifications whatsoever.
Made it clear we don't always agree.
Yeah, they threw that in there. He's allowed to do what he wants.
Yeah, but
and by the way, good for I have no problem with the Steelers doing that.
I would think it was probably the right thing.
Probably the right thing to do. Yeah. But my point is, how dare you? How dare you call other people a coward when you sit there in this privileged position that's unlike what anyone else gets to do?
Because it's his way of firing back.
From 5 years ago.
The whole thing's ironic. Don't you see it?
Keep going. Talk to me.
But it's what I mean. Everything he's doing is all like based in the irony of like, watch me do exactly what like you're doing. Like I look at him as somebody that again, actions over words.
Yeah.
This is somebody that has already said, he's made it clear, as you said, but he said this several times, that when my career is over, you won't see me.
He said that. I'm not going to do weird stuff.
I'm just going to disappear.
Yeah.
And my response is, no chance.
No chance.
Because you could see it. He can't help it. He likes it. He likes provoking people. He likes the attention it gets. He is look, I read Ian's book on him. He's a very complicated human, has been ever since he's a kid. Very complicated. And it almost as if it tortures him.
Yeah.
That he just, like, he can't be normal because of the way he thinks. He views things, the way he sees things. He's a narcissist, as clearly, but he's also a highly intelligent person, as much as you don't want to think he is.
No, I do think he's intelligent.
He really
I just think he talks like he's smarter than everybody else.
That part.
He is smart, for sure.
But that's the thing, is he knows it. And what he doesn't like is people that aren't as smart as him having a place to say things. And he feels it's his place to mock them and shout them down. That's what he's doing here.
Right.
So, again, it's all this stuff. That's what makes it ironic. It's like everything you hate, you're doing. Everything that you're fighting against, everything you're trying to, not you, him.
Right.
That's what you're doing. You're being that guy. It's not Thursday, but like he's saying, like, you know, whether it's Fauci or anybody else, he's trying to call out people in a way to expose them. And you're just like, you're annoyed with what they're pretending to be, you know, smarter, holier than thou, and all that stuff.
And that's literally
what are you doing? See, again, again, the goal in life is not to prove yourself to be better than others, right? Like true spirituality, and that's what he always talks about.
I know,
is being better than your former self, and he's not that.
I kind of want to,
and that's the frustration.
Maybe just drop the mic right there.
I'm sorry. That's
but that's literally it.
That's my frustration with him.
Yeah, you're going the wrong direction. You're going the wrong direction.
The more wise you're getting, you shouldn't be that. You shouldn't be getting more and more cantankerous. You shouldn't be more arrogant. You should be somebody that is understanding of the fact that there are people that try to sound smart, but they're not. And it's almost like a bless your heart thing, but he doesn't do that. Instead, he's calling them out because he's frustrated by the audience they're getting and the attention they're getting. He doesn't like that, and that's the narcissism. That's what's in the way of him becoming somebody that you would say, I love listening to him talk because he's a really smart guy.
Right. I'd like to think of who the comp would be. But there are some people out there, athletes particularly.
I didn't like that he brought up Rossini.
That was
because I felt like that's an unnecessary shot.
Yeah.
And he also knows when it's, why didn't your company cover it? First of all, we all mentioned it.
A lot of people mentioned it.
But the idea of covering it as if it's some massive story, it was covered appropriately.
Well, going back to the why didn't they cover Fauci? But that's a TMZ story. It wasn't, the Rossini thing wasn't really a Sports Center story.
Only because it involved an NFL coach. That's the part where.
But how does that really?
We had to run him talking about before the draft. He had to address it,
right?
And there was conversation,
and that got aired.
When's he going to address it? And we aired it all.
Sure.
But what else was there? What else was there to do?
Well, and also doesn't
with something like that.
Don't you have to be like?
We didn't do that with it when he was with Olivia. Did we? We didn't do that.
How much were people talking about Olivia Munn
and his family? When he was separated from his family, it was on the debate shows. Maybe it was mentioned.
Sure, but not a news item.
It became the character. I think this is all stemming from exactly what you're talking about. When he did that, there was a lot of character assassinations that were going on. And I think we were in a time back then that was happening too much. Honestly.
Sure.
In our world, in the sports world, I think we were spending a lot of time finding reasons to assassinate characters of people that were just athletes.
Sure.
And it was a sensitive time.
Well, yeah, and also you had people who were button pushing, and he was a button pusher.
Absolutely.
And remember,
I think he felt Aaron, a way about that.
And by the way, Aaron,
he was a punching bag for a while.
But Aaron, just so you know, you're not the only person that's sensitive about COVID. Okay, so he's sitting here spiking the football as if he won the COVID discussion. I got news for you. There are people here watching you talk who have family members who are not here anymore.
Yeah.
Who don't think that you were proven right and everything you said was right.
So the victory lap stuff, that's the level of arrogance that does make it really hard to embrace his intelligence, because there is an intelligence.
Well, those things are counter to each other. True intelligence isn't really about being arrogant and shouting people down.
Again, it's what I said.
You're being counter to what truly evolving is.
Yeah. Being better than your former self is greater than being better than others around you.
And it's funny because people, he brought up Kyrie Irving and Stephen A. apologizing to Kyrie Irving. And I've heard other people mention Kyrie Irving. You have to remember, one of the things that people were upset with Kyrie Irving about, some people just assassinated him. Some people were just happy to try to tell Kyrie to shut up and dribble. There were other people, myself included, who were just like, bro, you're being loud about stuff you're not informed on. Do more work.
That
not everyone is saying shut up and dribble.
No.
Not everyone's saying you shouldn't have a voice. Some people are saying, I like you, but you're talking about some things you haven't done the work on yet.
Yeah.
And Rodgers is guilty of that too.
That's my problem with today's society is we have too many people that are educated by reels.
All right, I'm wrapping the segment because you did it again. You did another mic drop. That's your second mic drop in one segment. We live in a society where too many people are educated by reels.
Yeah.
Algorithm stuff being fed to you. That's Let's Talk About It, brought to you by Samwell Institute for Pain Management. For a pain-free life, visit SamwellPain.com today.
800-919-3776. Table disagreements. I have a few.
All right.
Peter's quarterback tables. We'll get to that. 5 o'clock hour, we'll get back into the Yankees story. George Lombard Jr., the highly prized prospect, has been called up. He's batting 8th tonight, and he spoke before the game about what it means to make his Major League Baseball debut. A lot more to get to with you. Don Hahn Rosenberg, ESPN New York. Hey, it's Alan Hahn. At Rings End, they're there to help realize your modern design visions. That's why they partner with Marvin. Engineered for big ideas, Marvin modern windows and doors deliver effortless elegance, expansive views, and industry-leading innovation, all in a modular system designed to meet the exacting principles of modern architecture. Experience Marvin Modern at a Rings End showroom today and create something stunning with them. Rings End is a certified Marvin installing retailer.
1-877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids. 1-877 Cards for Kids. Donate your card today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 877-CARS-4-KIDS to speak to a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Go to cars4kids.org now or call 877-CARS-4-KIDS to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K.
Miller time. People think it just happens, but that's not true. You know what you gotta do? You gotta go say hello with some beers. Make the plans. Forget the couch. Go to that thing. Play the game. See them in person. Talk to that stranger. Live a little. Small acts of rebellion that bring us together. Because legendary moments start with a light. It's Miller time. Celebrate responsibly. 2026 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Hi, this is Don LaGreca. Just like the New Jersey Devils bring intensity on the ice, Viking Pest Control brings the same level of protection to your home. And I know because I use Viking at my own place. The season may be over, but pests are always in play. So it's time to lock in your off-season defense. As the pest control provider and proud partner of the Devils, Viking delivers 45 years of trusted experience to keep ants, cockroaches, stinging insects, rodents, mosquitoes, and more out of your zone. And when you bundle pest control mosquito services, you score big savings. One call, one company, total peace of mind. Visit VikingPest.com, protecting your home inside and out.
Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea just got harder with Twisted Tea Extreme. The hard iced tea taste you know and love, but with an 8% kick of alcohol. Twisted Tea Extreme is made with real brewed tea, goes down smooth, and brings your daytime drinking to the next level. Just look for the bright yellow cans in the cooler and get ready to dial up the fun. Big flavor, extreme kick. Twisted Tea Extreme. Keep it twisted!
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly. Your ambition just met its match with Robinhood. You push yourself in everything you do, scanning headlines for insights, keeping an eye on the market. Robinhood puts you in control of your money, all on one platform. You expect more from yourself. expect more from your money. Get started today at Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Again, that's Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Your money, your move.
Congratulations, New York. The Knicks did it. Through battle after battle, they dominated to become this year's NBA champions. Day in and day out, the hard work paid off, and you were there every step of the way. Enjoy the crown. Own it, because this year is your year. A part of your legacy that will never be forgotten. So celebrate this moment, show your pride, and shop the largest selection of official NBA gear at NBAstore.com. A Fanatics experience.
All right, 800-919-3776. We'll grab some calls here momentarily, but before...
Oh, yeah, give me your beefs. What are your issues?
All right, so again, Peter did his annual quarterback tables. He's 5 tables where he has, again, as you know, at like weddings or anything like that, different table. The closer the table is to the front, so table 1 is going to have, your high-end guests. Table 5 in the back, people that, we invited them.
It's like Dave Rothenberg,
What?
Sorry.
No, not Dave.
No, that's not what I meant.
No.
But no, it's the people who they may not make it next year. If there's another wedding, they may not.
Right. Yeah, if there's another event.
Yeah, probably out.
I don't know if you're going to get to this
If we have
one.
to cut people, they're cut.
Yeah, exactly. If we have to cut back, you're the first to go. So there was, I put it, the first one I'm going to bring up that really surprised me. That was at table 2. And I know you're going to groan. But I don't know if I would put, and this is my guy, Sam Darnold at table 2.
Really?
Yeah. First of all, too many people at table 2.
Well, that's not how it works.
It shouldn't be that many.
Why? Sometimes that's how it is.
I think the more exclusive the club, the less members there should be.
4,000 yards, nearly a 68% completion percentage,
Totally.
and a Super Bowl champion.
And a Super Bowl championship. I completely understand.
You could put him lower than 2.
3 is not embarrassing company. It's not embarrassing.
But he'd be the best one at 3.
Okay. Somebody's got to be the best. Now, table 3, Cam Ward does not belong there. Not yet. You got to put him at 4. No, you're right. You got to put him at 4.
Well, he didn't. Listen, the numbers last year certainly weren't special.
No. And we got to see it first, don't we? I know he's the number 1 pick and all, but we got to see it. So that's again, these are the nitpicking.
Yeah, those aren't huge.
Now
let me get
to the heart of the matter.
Okay.
You put Jackson Dart at table 3.
Yeah.
I'm not ready to do that. I still think there's guys at table 4 that should be at 5.
Let me see.
And there's some guys at 3 that should be at 4.
All right, let's see. I'm gonna throw a name.
Yep.
You tell me if you put him ahead of Jackson.
Okay, good.
J.J. McCarthy.
No.
Tua.
No.
At this moment. No.
Not at this moment. No. He does have a better body of work. Of course.
Right,
but the problem with him is you don't know what his eggs are scrambled or what. I have no idea what condition he's in. No, he's always hurt.
Geno.
Yeah, I think that I don't know how you put Dart ahead of Geno with Dart playing 13 games in his career, and Geno at least gave you 2 4,000-yard performances.
But then he's coming off of a year that just.
But how much was that year where he was,
right.
not what he was?
It's fair. It's fair.
That's all I'm saying.
He's also getting a little long in the tooth, so you never know when it's going to change, just like Rodgers.
We're going to find out. Geno, this is a big year for Geno as much as it's a big year for Jackson.
Right? Well, yeah, because Geno doesn't believe it's over yet.
Yeah, like Tyler Shock, he don't belong at table 4.
You put him at 5 or 3?
5. McCarthy should be at 5. Shuck should be at 5.
But are there any of those on the level
should be at 5
of the Cleveland Browns quarterback situation?
5.
Cousins had a lot of. Cousins still put up numbers last year.
No, I understand that you're looking at 5 as the dregs.
It's the dregs.
And I know Shador, you don't love him, and Jacoby Brissett didn't embarrass himself last year. He did not. He was fine. But you can't, I don't know. Like that's, it's all nitpicky, right? The very top, you nailed it. I mean, again, it's Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, Matthew Stafford. That's your table one. Is there anybody that isn't at table one that should be there?
I don't think so.
My answer is no. That table should be 5, and that's it. That's your top 5 quarterbacks in the league. That's what makes table 2 so compelling, is that table 2 can't have 10 or 11 people in it. Table 2 has to be, to me, 5 to 7 at best, at most.
So who would you take as the pure table 2? Hurts? Here's who's there.
I go ahead.
Hurts?
Yes.
Daniels? You're not putting Daniels at table 2?
Not yet. Only because injury. Now I got to see you show me your most important availability.
So you're
That's
not getting to 3?
I might put him at 3 just because of the availability, not because of the talent.
So now just real quick, now you've knocked Jaden Daniels to sitting next to Bo Nix.
Bo Nix had a really good year.
And Jackson Dart and Daniel Jones and Bryce Young.
Well, you put Bryce Young there.
Well, people got to go there.
Daniel Jones had a really good year.
You want to put everyone at table 4? Well, guess what? Daniel Jones was hurt too.
I think tables 3 and 4 should be the biggest tables. I don't think the league has enough elite quarterbacks. I think the point I'm trying to make is your first 2 tables need to be exclusive.
You're saying 2 should be Herbert, Mayfield, Goff, Prescott, Love, Williams. That's it. Are those the easiest no-brainers?
I would put Drake May over Williams.
Over Williams?
Yep. One got to a Super Bowl.
I'm sorry. My eye test tells me something different.
Understood.
My eye test with Caleb Williams is way higher than Drake. I could be crazy, but...
All right. Pete in Brooklyn.
I like these arguments, though.
Pete in Brooklyn has a disagreement. Pete, what do you got?
Hey, what's going on, fellas? I'm feeding my son right now, so bear with me.
All good.
Listen, honestly, I think Shador is not as bad as Pete thinks he is, because if you switch Shador and McCarthy, I think Shador excels and does way better than what McCarthy did with the Jeffersons of the world. You don't think so?
No, that's not crazy.
No, it's not insane.
You got to think about the guys he has to throw to in Minnesota versus the Browns. It's not crazy. Look, I'm a big Shador fan, as I think I've made that pretty clear on this show. So, yeah, I don't know if I'm moving him, though. I'll tell you what, Pete, I don't know if I'm moving him out of table 5 yet, though. I don't know if I could do that. But all I would say, look, first of all,
as I
said
argument
before, I love the work you did. Because
every time someone argues it back, though, I start immediately seeing their points. And I'm like, yeah, I can see that. It's one of those things. Like, I feel really strongly in the moment, and then I look back and I go, yeah.
Like Drake May.
Well, where would you put Drake May?
I'd put him at 2.
That's where he is. He is a 2.
Yeah. I might go 5. Maybe Caleb.
Not Love?
And maybe. So that makes Love
6. Love's won
Drake
a lot
May,
of games.
Jalen Hurts, and then the 4 and then Herbert, Mayfield, Goff, and Prescott.
Yeah, but you realize
and that table 3 now becomes a very, very. That's like the next level, the next ones. And then you put Caleb there. Caleb, give me another good year, and now all of a sudden you're definitely going to elevate. You got to knock somebody down. It's the old Don LaGreca, who you taking out. But I feel like your top 2 tables have to be exclusive company. Really hard to get to that table.
Jordan Love over the last 3 years is essentially 11,000 yards, 83 touchdowns, and 31 interceptions.
How many games?
A lot of games.
A lot of games?
Yeah.
How many games? 3 years.
47 games in 3 years. 17, 15, and 15.
Okay.
You're thinking of his injuries because they're late in the year, but it's only a couple games per year.
And it doesn't cost that much time, you're right.
So, I mean, and they've won a lot. Packers win a lot of games over that time. So it's tough to take Jordan Love out.
Okay.
This is what makes it fun. 1-800-919-3776. Let's get after it.
Yeah, let's get after that. And back to the Yankees. George Lombard Jr. makes his debut tonight. The prospect you've been all waiting for, the guy Cashman would not trade for anything, including what was available at the trade deadline. You get to see him tonight. You'll hear from him next. Hahn Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
Hey, this is Jalen Brunson. What's up, Knicks fans? This is Josh Hart.
Knicks fans, it's Mikal Bridges,
and this is your home for New York Knicks basketball. This is 880 ESPN and the ESPN New York app.
Hey, New York and New Jersey. Commitment issues? No problem. Now you can get unlimited talk, text, and data for $25 a month forever, as in for life. Switch now at boostmobile.com. After 30 gigabytes, you may experience slower speeds. Pay $25 a month as long as you stay on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan.
When care matters most, experience matters more. The Allure Group is redefining rehabilitation and long-term care across New York with 6 convenient locations. Their expert clinicians create personalized care plans to help you recover, rebuild, and get back to what matters most. From short-term rehab to long-term care, Allure is committed to comfort, dignity, and results. To learn more, visit allurecare.com. The Allure Group, where care meets compassion.
When you manage an active facility, disruption is not an option. Tricon Construction specializes in healthcare, commercial, and industrial environments where work needs to happen without shutting operations down. That takes detailed planning, clear communication, and safe, disciplined execution. Because when patients are inside, tenants are working, or production has to keep moving, every decision matters. Tricon understands how to work around your business professionally, safely, and efficiently. For complex work inside active facilities, choose Tricon Construction. Visit triconbuilds.com. That's triconbuilds.com.
At City Harvest, we believe no New Yorker has to go hungry. With your help, we're on the road 365 days a year, rescuing over 77 million pounds of nutritious food and delivering it free to millions of New Yorkers, transforming surplus food into sustenance, sustainability, and smiles, rallying thousands of New Yorkers to power a network of nourishment across our city. One day, one meal, and one New Yorker at a time. That's how we feed good. Donate at cityharvest.org.
Now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Thanks, guys. We're going to start off in Jersey, moving a lot better on Route 4 westbound in Teaneck. Downtree by Teaneck Road cleaned up. Delays have thinned out. 80 eastbound over in the locals by exit 65 for Green Street and Hackensack. Crash out there blocking the left lane. That has you backed up onto 17 southbound. After that, you're in pretty good shape over at the inbound George, and we've got the Yanks home tonight in the Bronx. Deegan just slammed in both directions, heading over to the stadium with the volume for the outbound George. Southbound side, you're crawling there from the Mosholu on down. Northbound delays go back across the Triborough into Queens and up onto the Bruckner. Outbound Lincoln and Holland tunnels just about 10 to 15 minutes each. This report is sponsored by the Positive Coaching Alliance. Questions about youth or high school sports? Well, the PCA can help. It's a national nonprofit developing better athletes and better people through youth and high school sports. More info at positivecoach.org. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
In a contracting business, you're either growing or you're grinding. Success is no longer about hard work alone. It's about using AI to accelerate impact. ServiceTitan is the only integrated intelligence that seamlessly automates your entire workflow, from first call to final invoice. Born in the trades, built for visionaries ready to stop operating and start automating. ServiceTitan, AI for the trades.
Skechers elite athlete OG Anunoby has been making history on the basketball court.
Anunoby tips it in. Unbelievable. What a shot.
He's been balling out in Skechers high-performance basketball sneakers, and the world is noticed. But how does OG train off the court to keep in peak physical condition? Hands-free Skechers Slip-ins AeroBurst. They help prepare OG for the physical demands of playing at a championship level. Get your pair of AeroBurst for only $165 at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever high-performance running shoes are sold.
ESPN New York, now streaming live on YouTube. Subscribe today and watch the show. WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York.
.503 in the big city with Peter Rosenberg. I'm Alan Hahn. Don LaGreca off this week. Do we get him back next week?
You get him back, you lose me.
Wait. We're never going to be whole.
No, after that.
The week of the 16th. I told you guys. That's when you're back.
No, I'll be off.
I'm gone. No, I'm gone then. So you guys.
And you're gone? He gone.
But, I'm gone next week. I'm going to Mexico.
Oh, nice.
Whoa, Mexico. Don refuses to go to Mexico.
He refuses to go anywhere.
Yeah, we had a lot of talk about this last week.
What was the issue with Mexico with him?
By the way,
I love the food.
By the way, that's why. Well, that's the main reason I chose it is because we decided we wanted to just do an all inclusive.
Nice.
And I'm like, but if we do all inclusive, let's do Mexico, so we get lots of good Mexican food at least, hopefully.
Yep.
Because all-inclusive food is hit or miss.
Could be.
But at least if it's in Mexico.
Can't miss.
Don's logic was, and Anthony, by the way, I think this was underrated insane. I can't drink the water there.
Well, I mean, does he drink out of the tap everywhere?
I said, well.
Don, I hope you're not drinking out of the tap at home.
I know, you live in New Jersey. It's not exactly.
Unless you have a home filter system, which I do.
But if you're going to a resort, which you're likely doing in Mexico, or staying in a hotel,
you're not going to drink out of the faucet. You don't drink. You don't even brush your teeth out of the faucet.
I mean, they got a thing called bottled water.
Yeah, they do have.
It was Jacob. It was.
I usually just open up the hydrant for water. What do you guys do?
Yeah, I know. That's
you
you're
just take
so
the
Brooklyn.
hose?
He's Brooklyn. This guy just jumps right there in the hydrant.
So Brooklyn. Did he really say that's his reason?
Yes.
I can't drink the water. What water? What water are you drinking?
I know. By the way,
Here's the problem of Nancy
Does he just
not
dip
liking
his
to
head
fly
under the
either.
faucet? Like, what is he doing?
By the way, I plan on drinking pure tequila the whole week I'm there. What are we even talking about?
Alcohol,
Vacation, for God's
alcohol
sake.
kills all the bacteria.
Yeah, what are you talking about? It was a crazy take.
That actually sounds delightful. Tequila.
You just got back from vacation. You didn't have yourself a beverage?
I used to.
Had a lot of beverages.
Quite a few. Went through 2 bottles of Casamigos.
God bless.
I had a good time.
I'm glad
you
gave that to yourself.
Quick shout out, by the way.
What's that?
Had lunch today with my good friend Derek Gould, who's the just talented writer for the St. Louis Post-Dispatch. Covers the Cardinals.
Okay.
All right, they were in town, obviously playing the Yankees, and we stopped our old stomping ground, Stout.
How was Stout?
Oh, it's just glorious. They're still living off the glow or the afterglow of that Knicks run and the many shows we did there. And I said, we got to make this thing. It's just, we don't need a reason now to do a show there, do we?
Yeah, can't we just show up?
Just go. Do a show.
Get our Stout on real quick?
It was great. So it was really good to be at Stout. 35th. It's a good spot. Earlier we talked about the Yankees and the frustration with all the Yankee fans. We took 1 million calls. We'll continue at 800-919-3776. And the trade deadline and what Brian Cashman was telling you in this line that just is now going to be infamous for him was
we weren't able to compete at that level.
And when you hear that as a Yankee fan, you clench your fist and you get frustrated and you say things like, if George Steinbrenner were alive today, right? You feel all these things because the Red Sox were able to compete at that level. The Dodgers were able to compete at that level. Why couldn't we? But understand something. When you hear Brian Cashman tell you, without naming a name, that why he wasn't able to get high-level players that they were talking about, Tarek Skubal, Adley Rutschman, 2 players that could have helped them. Skubal, I don't know if they really needed, but hey, he was there, and they tried to get him. Rutschman, they could have used. Switch-hitting catcher.
For sure.
3-time All-Star. A guy that you needed pop out of that position. And instead, he went to the Red Sox, which are right on your tail. Look at the standings. 1 game back in the loss column now, kids. But when Cashman was asked about trying for Skubal, listen to what he says about the cost and what he wasn't willing to pay.
They set a high price, and to be honest, that was not something we weren't able to get them off of what they said might work, but at the same time, they were communicating that it also might not even win the day. And then they kind of went silent, I think after they got what they were looking for, and ultimately I think was wrestling whether they're going to make the decision to move it or not, and then they made that decision. So we just feel like we didn't really match up in the end. We weren't able to compete at that level, but they did have some asks our way that we were unwilling to do. But it was a very specific ask, and a certain player and players we weren't willing to play with on that arena on Tarek Skubal, despite how great a pitcher he is. It's, all
right, you heard it.
All
right, that's all you needed to hear. A certain player. Then he said players. At that level, he's talking about the cost. And when he's talking about the cost, you know what he's talking about, everybody? Not money. He was talking about George Lombard Jr. He is the next prospect that Cashman will not let go of. He's got his claws in him, and he's determined. I was wrong about Volpe. It looks like I'm wrong about Dominguez. I was wrong about Sanchez. I was wrong about Torres. I was wrong about Andujar. I was wrong about Florial. I was wrong about Garcia. How many other names can I give you over the last 10 years? Frazier. How many other players was he saying, I'm not moving this guy? And they have
You
ended
said Dominguez?
the Martian. This is the latest one. Now, every scout talks about this kid like he's special. And so instead of putting him in a deal, that team said, look, the rest of your prospect pool doesn't impress us. But if you want a 2-time Cy Young Award winner, or if you want a 3-time All-Star catcher, that we know you really need this player, you're going to have to give up a big piece, and that big piece has got to be George Lombard Jr. And he said no. And so that kid's going to play tonight. Now, he's 21, and all accounts about him from any scout you talk to are about his defense already being elite. The bat usually takes a little time. Now, he's been hot at AAA over the last couple of games that he's played. Very hot. And the word on him, I'm telling you now, as you watch him tonight, every time he takes the step up to the next level, it takes him a minute. He struggles at the plate. His offense doesn't happen right away, but then he adjusts. They say he's a very intelligent kid, a hard worker, student of the game. He doesn't let slumps affect him. That's why he's the anti-Volpe. He doesn't let it get to his head. Volpe's problem was he was too emotional. He wasn't built to play in New York. Even though he's from New Jersey and was a Yankee fan, he wasn't built to play here because he just couldn't take the stress. It ate him alive. You could see it. He wore it on his face, and then it affected his defense. They're saying about Lombard, this does not happen to him. And that in time, he figures it out, and then his offense really clicks. He did it at AA. He's doing it at AAA. So the expectation is he'll do it here at some point. Problem is, after the trade deadline, with an angry fan base, that if I'm telling you they wouldn't give this kid up, and he gives you a couple of 0 for 4s, or he struggles at the plate, looks overmatched, don't overreact. Don't do it. You're going to get some morons that do this job for a living, and they're going to scream and yell. That's what they do. They draw your attention. But if you're smart, you're going to understand that as much as you have vitriol for Cashman, and you have every right to feel that way because of all the names that I named before, the litany of prospects that never panned out, that he refused to trade. But this might be one that he's right on. So don't go crazy when the kid is not tearing the ball.
So how much time will Yankee fans need to give this?
I need to, by the end of August, you need to see that he's starting to figure it out. I think in the field he'll be fine. But at the plate, I'm telling you, the expectations have to be just tamped down a little bit. But it's unfortunate. Peter, don't you think? Because if I told you they didn't make these trades because of this kid, and then this kid comes out of the gate and he looks overmatched at the plate a couple of times, wouldn't you like this guy? They wouldn't trade this guy? I could have gotten Rushman.
It's going to happen.
And this guy can't hit?
That is going to happen.
Right? You know that's coming. And I'm trying to warn anybody with a brain, don't fall for all this stuff because of what's being said about this kid. It's in him. It's just going to take a second at the plate. Now, he might be great tonight, and I might be completely wrong. But I don't like the idea that he now becomes the shield for Cashman. It's still, the crosshairs should still be on Cashman. Now, this kid's batting 8th tonight, making his debut against the Cardinals tonight at Yankee Stadium. His dad played in the league. His dad's a coach, I think, in Detroit, right? And coincidentally, Detroit wanted him.
Interessante.
Isn't it? So he talked about just having that chance to be in a big league clubhouse growing up and why everybody says he just seems, especially during training camp, spring training, he just looks so comfortable around major league players.
I mean, I guess just all of it. Like, I don't think it'll really settle in till, I don't know, maybe a couple of days, who knows. But yeah, like being around it gives you, like, I guess that level of comfort. Like, okay, yeah, you've kind of had somewhat the experience, you know what it'll be like. But definitely being in it and actually doing it is different. It becomes real for the first time. So it's like, yeah, still taking it all in and, taking it step by step.
Like, he's just a very smart kid. What did he learn, obviously, from his dad, growing up with his dad in the Dodgers clubhouse, elsewhere?
I would say one of them, just it's a hard game. You're going to struggle. There'll be ups and downs. So, I mean, who knows what the future is going to look like. And obviously that's unpredictable. But the biggest thing is just taking everything day by day and being the same person. Like, I'm going to be the same teammate, play the same way, play to win, play hard every single day, play with my hair on fire. So, yeah, that's no matter kind of what results are or what anything happens on the field. I'm getting the same guy off the field, play the same way with the same effort, same energy every day.
Hair on fire thing was never one I understood.
Play like your hair's on fire.
Yeah. Like run around like crazy.
I know, but it just
like if your hair was on fire,
you'd be out of control.
I don't know if I'd really like.
Yeah, would it really be the best?
I don't want you playing like.
Yeah, like you're frantic and you're about to die,
and you're just running around like
crazy,
aimlessly, just
like,
trying to put out this fire.
Right. I just need to escape the fire.
I don't know if I really want you playing like your hair's on fire.
No, don't get so little.
Yeah, I didn't like that. That's been a cliche for years, though. But one thing I heard about him too, you might like this. So he obviously is, an American kid, but been around baseball, Major League Baseball for most of his life, if not all of his life. And he took the time to learn Spanish because he likes to talk to his teammates, the Spanish team. There's a lot of guys, obviously Dominican and Puerto Ricans, who really are. They use interpreters. They don't speak the language with interviews. And a lot of times in the clubhouse, you'll get guys that mostly will just speak Spanish to each other.
Sure, right, of course.
And he wants to be able to interact.
That is actually an underrated dope.
As a kid, he just, made it a point to learn Spanish so he could speak with teammates. And it's like a comfort zone that they have. You know how popular you get in a clubhouse when you can hang out with the English-speaking American guys and then the Spanish guys also embrace you because you can speak the language with them too?
Yeah, that is probably of everything you said the most impressive.
Precocious neophyte.
Like just having that mindset.
Like to think about it
I could put in a little work here and it'll be better for me and better for everyone.
Yeah. I need to learn Spanish because I'm probably going to be playing baseball my whole life and I've
seems like a lot of people here speak Spanish.
And I'd rather talk to them than not be able to communicate with them. So let me learn it. Instead of being like, hey, you're in America, learn the language.
That's extremely cool.
I could also learn their language.
Yeah, I could try. I mean,
So yeah, as I mentioned, he is batting 8th. Grisham leading off. Ben Rice is DHing tonight in the 2-hole. Garcia Jr. first base, and he will be hitting 3rd. Helio Ramos will make his debut tonight, everybody. He's playing left field. He shows up from the Giants. Very excited about being a Yankee. Big bat, can hit. Big strikeout, but big bat. Power hitter, not great in the field. We'll see. Spencer Jones going to play in right field, so you'll still get a 6'9" guy playing in right field. Jazz Chisholm at 2nd. Ryan McMahon at 3rd. As I mentioned, Lombard Jr., making his debut at short. And will that be his position now forever? We shall see. Austin Wells, who has a new lease on life. He's catching. Ryan Weathers will start for the Yankees against the Cardinals tonight. Weathers had a good outing last time out, but he's one that's always kind of hit and miss, no pun intended. Sometimes he gets hit. 800-919-3776. Let's get some calls in here on the Yankees. On your, again, the angst that early in the show, it was unbelievable. The amount of frustration that the fans are having, and I get it. But if I explain it the way I did, the actions over words, does it change at all the perception of what Cashman did? Joshua in Chicago.
Josh
doing the dishes.
No, Josh, you got to do the dishes. I get it, bro.
Yeah. All right. Well, Josh can call back. He was going to tell us that the Tigers wanted Cam Schlittler. That's comical. I mean, that's not. The Dodgers didn't give anything up close to that.
Is there a world though where you jump to Lombard and maybe it was Schlittler?
There's no way they're asking you for Schlittler, but they took 3 prospects from the Dodgers.
Right.
That doesn't make sense. Right? Why is it? Is it because it's in the American League?
Yeah, I guess you're right.
I'm not buying that. Maybe that was one of the conversations, but that doesn't make sense. And if that's the case, the Orioles aren't doing that either. I'm telling you, the Yankees don't really have prospects that are at the level that they think they are. And that's been the problem, I think, all along. Now, the other issue, of course, is one of the prospects they hit on was Aaron Judge. And that's the other reason why you can't go all in, as I explained. Because if you don't know if Judge is going to be available or what version of Judge you're going to get, how can you say, forget it, we'll do a big sell-off, we're going to get rid of all prospects because we're going to go for it right now. We're not hanging on to anybody. We want to win now. But how can you, if you don't know if Aaron Judge is going to be available, when he's going to be available, and what he's going to be like when he does come back? So Cashman was asked if he's worried about Judge missing the rest of the season, and his answer, guys, tells you a lot without saying anything.
It's always possible that things don't go the way you want, but we currently are still very optimistic that he's going to return, but there's challenges with all that too. While he's returning, whenever that time frame is, and ramping him up and getting his timing down, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So I can't rule out any of it, but I know that I can only follow the guidelines so far, that the timeline and the time frame, there's pretty high likelihood and optimism that, he fits that that time frame for him to get back and join us. And that's what I'm hoping and holding on to. And I know that that's what he believes, and I know that's what the doctors believe. It's always a moving target too, and until you get closer to the comfort of deployment, you can start actually doing physical baseball activities and you're cleared, the healing's enough, et cetera. That's when you get a much better picture of how much longer this is going to take. So whenever we re-image, we'll get a better idea.
Whenever we re-image means there is no plan yet to re-image.
Yeah, what is that?
Like
Can you explain that?
Well, it's simply like
why?
They have not decided yet to take another picture of the rib to see if it's healed.
But doesn't that mean that on some level?
Well, they said, right, there was a minimal amount of healing, but there was some evidence of healing. And that was the All-Star break, right?
So, but that...
And they have to give it more weeks. You don't do, like a week later, it's not going to heal even more if it's a fracture.
It just makes it sound a little misleading last time, but that's not surprising. So,
of course. But this is also, and him using the word hope also makes you wonder, like, are we going to see Judge? Anthony said it. You might see Malik Neighbors play for the Giants.
That take looks better every second.
Doesn't it, though?
He's never had a better take in terms of how it's aging.
Yeah.
It's every day it's better.
It's almost like one to watch now, because that's September 13th.
Well, and now every day, they're just going the opposite directions. Originally it was like Neighbors on the PUP list. You might not see him until the second half of the season.
Yeah.
Now it's like, well, week 4, week 5. Oh, now he could start the season. Judge has gone literally the exact opposite.
Yeah.
Oh, we're not sure, not too bad.
Yeah.
Okay, let's take a look. Okay.
Yeah, we hope.
Now we're hoping that he comes back.
That's the part that really gets me, is when he talks about hope. But that's the reality. So that's really the reality of where you are when it comes to the Yankees and this lineup and what they're putting together. They added bats because they need to put more bats around Judge. They need more offense, clearly, because the offense has been anemic. At least it woke up last night. But in the end, if you don't have Judge, do you really think you're a contender? Like, honestly, if you don't have Aaron Judge, do you think the Yankees can still win a World Series?
Some people really felt they would be.
You think Aaron Judge...
To at least get there.
And here's the other thing that I might hear from people. Aaron Judge at 50% is still an impact in the lineup because teams have to pitch a certain way when he's in the lineup. And that might be why Aaron Judge says, if I'm close, if I'm good enough to go, I'll go. But he can't play in the field because he risks re-injuring it. This thing has to either heal completely, or this thing has to be enough for him to swing a bat, and you just know already that he's the DH and that Stanton now becomes a glorified pinch hitter. And that's it. And is that enough to win a World Series? If this is a healthy lineup. I think their pitching gives them a chance. But I don't know, without Judge, if you really can feel that optimistic about it.
If there was going to be a year where you could maybe have a chance without Judge in the AL, you would think this would be the year.
Only if the Red Sox slow down.
I was going to say, although the Red Sox have started to change that conversation. Guys, Peter Rosenberg here, and this summer I made a decision. Instead of just living with pain, I wanted to find out what was actually causing it. So I went to see Dr. Jay Shaw at Samuel Payne. What I liked was right away his approach. He takes the time to understand what's going on, builds a treatment plan that's right for you without jumping straight to surgery. So if you're dealing with back pain, neck pain, sciatica, or joint pain, it's worth having the conversation. Go to SamuelPayne.com to learn more. Schedule an appointment.
800-919-3776. We got the calls rolling. We're going to get to you next. Hahn, Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
D'Agostino, law, bite back. This is John D'Agostino from D'Agostino & Associates. Did you know Social Security takes money out of every paycheck you earn, paycheck after paycheck, and you're not supposed to touch that money until you're 67? What if you can't work? What if you need that money now? The system is challenging and most people get denied. That's a fact. D'Agostino & Associates has the experience to win, and we win a lot. If you filed for Social Security disability benefits and were denied, let us appeal. Call us first at 1-800-BITE-BACK. Bite Back means fight back. 1-800-248-3222. We'll fight to get you paid. D'Agostino & Associates has offices throughout New York and New Jersey and handles Social Security disability claims and appeals. Remember, if you've been denied, call us first. 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222. D'Agostino & Associates. We win a lot.
There are a million reasons to love New York. Making your budget stretch isn't one of them. According to an independent study, Amazon prices average 14% lower than other retailers. Get food, fashion, furniture, and more shipped straight to your building. Plus, another study found Amazon Prescription Pass customers pay nearly 1/3 less out of pocket. Learn more at aboutamazon.com.
Mornings with DiPietro and Rothenberg.
Buster only joins us. Who's a team in the American League right now that should scare Yankees fans a little bit?
All of them. There's so much parity in the American League, it's kind of crazy. So if you told me that the Yankees reached the World Series, I wouldn't be shocked. And if you told me they got knocked out in the first round, that wouldn't shock me either. I don't think they have any idea what they're going to get out of Judge and Stan the rest of the year. Like none.
DiPietro and Rothenberg, morning 6 to 10 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
At Uline, they know firsthand the road to success is an uphill climb. Uline started in the family basement and through hard work is now North America's most trusted shipping and industrial supplier. They get what it means to have the support of reliable, hardworking partners. So they keep 41,000 items ready to ship. Whether your company is still in a basement office or expanding cross-country, Uline will be there on your road to success. Visit uline.com.
Hey, it's Alan Hahn. At Rings End, they're there to help realize your modern design visions. That's why they partner with Marvin. Engineered for big ideas, Marvin modern windows and doors deliver effortless elegance, expansive views, and industry-leading innovation, all in a modular system designed to meet the exacting principles of modern architecture. Experience Marvin Modern at a Rings End showroom today and create something stunning with them. Rings End is a certified Marvin installing retailer.
Fans, arrive early at Yankee Stadium on Saturday, August 8th for the 78th Annual Old Timers Day presented by Fresh Direct. See Yankees legends put on the pinstripes again and take the field at Yankee Stadium. Relive memories of your favorite former Yankees and make new memories with your family. After the Old Timers Day ceremony and game conclude, stick around to see your Bronx Bombers take on Atlanta. Get your Saturday, August 8th Old Timers Day tickets presented by Fresh Direct at yankees.com/tickets today.
And now it's time for traffic. Here's Brandy Scott.
Thanks so much, guys. We're going to start off again in Jersey. Probably want to stay away from 287 southbound right after 24 in Hanover. Big crash by exit 37 involving a bunch of cars. Only one lane is squeezing by. Traffic is at a standstill there from Route 80 and Parsippany on down. Better off sticking with 202. That's a good alternate heading through the area. We've got the Yanks home tonight in the Bronx and also a bucket hat giveaway. Still in pretty good shape over at the inbound George, just about 5 to 10 for both the upper and lower decks. Deegan slammed in both directions, heading over to the stadium with the volume for the outbound George. Southbound, long line of brake lights from the Mosholu on down. Northbound, delays go back across the Triborough and up onto the Bruckner. Outbound, Lincoln will run you 20 to 30 minutes. Outbound, Holland, 15 to 20. This report is sponsored by Mothers Against Drunk Driving. For victims of drunk and drug driving, your grief is unique, but you're not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Visit MAD.org. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
Earn an accredited MBA in as few as 16 months for about $21K at University of Maryland Global Campus. Explore 10 specializations, including finance, HR, cyber technology, and more. Plus, showcase the value of your MBA with a comprehensive learner record and digitally demonstrate in-demand skills and credentials to employers. Apply now and save with no application fee. Classes start August 12th. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
I'm David Ortiz. When I lost my mom, she was only 46, and I lost my dad to cancer. It was the worst pain I ever felt. It made me think, what will happen with the people I love when my time is up? That's why I have life insurance. Ethos makes it easy. It's all online, take about 10 minutes, and you can get up to $3 million in coverage.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid testimonial. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
This is a fair tweet that I want to address. That I wish people just keep it simple when it comes to the Twitter handle. Oh, I see what he's doing. Okay. So he's either Chando Calrissian or CJ Carlissimo. One or the other. I get it. But he just said, no disrespect, but you tell us all these things you hear or know. No sources, just trust you. Have you seen any of his at-bats? We'd like to know. So, for the record, I don't just make stuff up. Maybe others do. I don't. Try to get to know things. And I have a lot of friends in the business in different various sports. And I also pay attention and read as much as I possibly can. There's great coverage of all these teams in New York. We're very fortunate to have multiple news outlets covering things that include prospects, talking to scouts. So, of course, just basing it all off of...
It's all hearsay.
Informed speculation.
Yeah. And, I mean, you look at the stats, you're not going to go, oh, my God.
No, but it's also what's being said.
Right. Well, that's what's important.
Like, am I saying this is being said in my head? These are the voices in my head? Or is this literally what's being said? So that's all I'm saying. Trust
Richard
me.
Hi, Richard.
Trust the news. That's all I'm telling you. Just trust the information.
No.
But I also am not saying like, oh, this guy's going to be a stud. I'm saying that the scouts are high on him. Cashman's holding on to a prospect that he was refusing to get rid of. And now he's going to play. That's what I'm telling you. 800-919-3776. Ruben in New Haven. Ruben, did you hear someone say that New York pizza is still better than Connecticut pizza?
I mean, it's a lie, but yes, I've heard it before. Sometimes when I'm in the city, people ask me that. Did you go down for pizza? Absolutely not. Why would I leave New Haven to go get pizza? But that's neither here nor there. I just have a simple request for the Yankee fans that are going to be in the building tonight. Be nice to the kid. We need the kid. Doing him, the most likely outcome is an 0-for-4. That's baseball. Please be good to the kid. We need the kid. He's young. Derek Jeter wasn't Derek Jeter at 20. Just be good to the kid. The kid's a stud. I got a chance to see him down at Somerset. Got a chance to see him a couple times in Scranton. He's a stud. But slow down. Everybody slow down. When he strikes out the first time, I need everybody in the building to close their eyes, say Knicks in 5, and relax. And remember the Knicks are the champs, and give the kid a round of applause as he leaves the field.
Yeah,
Thank you. Great show as always, guys.
God bless, Ruben. See, it's the attitude to have, but how much, though, is that so typical New York? Kid strikes out his first at-bat. What do you think's going to boo? All right, come on.
They won't be that dumb.
I don't think so because
Yankee fans are not the average
they're also
yo-yos.
Educated enough to know who this guy is.
Especially when it comes to prospect. You can't be a fan of the 20 of this era of the New York Yankees and not be prospect aware. So
no,
they know
you ever hear about.
They know who Lombard is. They're not going to right away. Now,
not right away.
If it's 0-for-9,
yeah, so I get a little frustrated because that's again Volpe was hearing it, and that's really what affected the kid. Phil in Queens. Phil, you're up next.
Wow, he really is a kid.
Hey, what's up, guys? Alan, happy 7-week anniversary, man. Knicks in 5, baby.
Nixon
Listen,
5.
I feel like every week goes by, and I feel like we're back in high school or counting the weeks where we're dating a girl, right? That's how we feel as Knicks fans. But anyway, that last call is bugging. Never, exactly. But that last call is bugging. New Haven pizza is good. It's good, but it's not that good. But anyway,
It's different though, isn't it? To me, it's different.
No, it is. It is. I lived in New Haven for 2 years. I went to school up there, and it's good. It's really good. But it's a little different out here. But anyway, regardless of how I feel about Cashman, he always holds on to prospects too long. But I think this Lombard kid he's gonna be he can be that spark that we need just to hold down the fort till we get to the playoffs, and hopefully Judge comes back. And I personally don't think John Carlin is coming back, because if he did, why would we get that first bit, Luis Garcia, and then have Goldschmidt bat against the lefties, and then Ben Rice is our everyday DH? I mean, I think that means that John Carlin's probably not going to come back.
You think it's more about Stanton?
I do, yeah, because you got Goldie going up against the lefties, and then you got Luis Garcia as almost your everyday first baseman. What are you going to do when Stanton comes back? What do you do with Rice?
Yeah, to me, Stanton can't be an everyday guy. That's what it's going to end up being.
No, of course not. Of course not.
He's not everyday DH. Because thank you, Phil. Again, that's why I think you reserve that for Judge if he can swing a bat, because it'd be too risky to put Judge out in the field if it's not fully healed 100%. Just too risky. Let's take Corey in Manalapan. Hey, Corey.
Hey, thank you. I have to say one thing before my Yankee point. I'm a basketball fan, but it wasn't my first sport. But listening to you and others, but you especially, during the Knicks road to the championship, and I'm a New Yorker anyway, I thought it was fantastic. It really was great, and it really was fun. So I want to say that to start off.
Thanks, Corey.
That's
it was.
Number one.
It sure was fun.
It was fun.
Yeah.
I mean, it was great. My Yankee point, I actually think, number one is, all this talk about Aaron Judge coming back, he's not coming back. And I think that this organization, I think they do this to you every year. We haven't won in a while. We're good. Okay, we went to the World Series, but we haven't won
16 years
in a while. The thing is, I think that Cashman, I think the gentleman said it before, he evaluates talent. I don't think he evaluates it very well. These guys, some of them are horrible. Who was this guy pitching yesterday? He was giving up these bombs. I don't even know who he is.
Sevilla, he was pretty good, though. It just had a bad day. He had a really bad day.
I really don't. I think that they do this to you, and I think that he screwed up the. I think he really screwed up the. Yesterday, I sat there saying to my brother, "We're going to get a catcher. We're going to get another outfielder. We're going to do this. We're going to do that, and we need another bullpen arm." What did we do? We didn't get a catcher, and he's telling me, or telling us, that our catchers are good. We know they're not good.
He even
Please
said,
don't tell us that.
He even said it. He said catcher is an obvious position of need. He said that, and then he wasn't able to come through.
This outfielder from San Francisco, Ramos.
Yeah.
Right? Did I say it right?
Ramos. Yeah.
He's not a good fielder.
Right.
He may be a decent hitter, but he's a horrible fielder.
Yeah. Well, horrible.
We got horrible fielders.
Yeah, that's part of the problem is they emphasize, and Corey, thanks for the call, they emphasize the offense in place of the defense. And that can hurt them at times, but they're banking on it not hurting them all the time. But he's a big bat, high strikeout guy, but he fits everything that they like. They love the power bat. That they're not afraid of strikeouts.
No, they practically like strikeouts. That's like part of what they look for.
Yeah.
How many strikeouts can you get?
Yeah. Can you get more? I think we can get your strikeout rate up. Andres in Lyndhurst. Andres.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
What's up?
I'm calling in because I'm coming to George Lombard's defense.
Okay.
And the reason why I'm coming to Hello?
Yeah,
you're
good.
Oh, yeah. And the reason I'm coming to George Lombard's defense is because he's not Volpe. Volpe struck out as much as Joey Gallo. Look at the stats. When he was in AA and AAA, he struck out just as much as Joey Gallo. I have a friend, he calls your show as well, and he brought that point up to me long ago. And he said Volpe's not going to be good, and I went about that. I said, yeah, Volpe's not going to be great. And look at Volpe's back down in AA. George Lombard has great command of the strike zone. He's turned it up in AAA as well. Mm-hmm. But then also, we have to believe in the Yankees farm system. We have Wilberson DePena, who just won the Triple Crown in the Florida Close League. He should be a top 5 prospect by next year. We have TJ Runfield, who's also going to win the National League Rookie of the Year, who was traded over to the Rockies, and he could have been our first baseman, and Ben Rice could have been the catcher. So this falls back on Cashman, but we got to believe in Lombard. This kid is going to be the real deal. We can't bash him. He's not going to be Volpe. Volpe gave the organization a bad look, along with Wells, but we have to believe in Lombard, man. This guy's going to be the real deal. Last person to put up this type of production like Lombard was Ben Rice. He hit 342 in AA, and then he hit about 320 in AAA. So these guys are going to be productive, man. Just watch.
Yeah.
And I believe in Lombard. He's going to be really good.
Maybe.
I believe in Dax Gilby as well.
When did I say that I didn't think Lombard would be good? I've been trying to tell everybody that.
I was listening to the show earlier.
I said he's not going to be good.
Yeah, you said it earlier. You compare him to Volpe. Like even the morning shows compare him to Volpe.
Oh.
Well, what do you mean?
No.
Yeah, the morning show compare him to Volpe as well.
Andres. I even opened the show telling you that Cashman wouldn't do anything because they think this kid's that special. And then I went into chapter and verse about things that I've heard, whether it's from about scouts that have said this about him, about what the expectations are, what he's done. And all I was doing was warning fans, like, you got to understand, though, it's not going to be immediate. It does take him some time to adjust with the bat, but his defense is already elite. That the kid carries himself with high character. I was telling Peter about how he learned Spanish so he can talk to his teammates that might be Spanish and don't really know English or not comfortable with English. Like, there's so much about this kid that's special that they feel like he's going to be going to be one of the ones that actually hits.
Allen definitely did not talk him down.
Like in fact, you know, you heard one thing. I had a guy tweet at me wondering, how do you know all this stuff? You know, like they thinking like I'm just creating like this narrative about a player because I'm trying to do sunshines and rainbows instead of screaming and yelling like everybody wants to do right now. I'm trying to give you that, you know, sort of just like the intellectual perspective of what happened yesterday. Right? So, no. Lombard.
Yeah, well, we got to believe in these guys, man.
Well, him especially.
Guys. They're going to be good.
Yeah, there's no
question.
Well,
I mean, listen,
thank you go ahead and enjoy the game.
Thank you for the call. You're a psychopath. And I mean,
wow.
He's.
Did I compare him to Volpe?
No, no.
I said Volpe was thin-skinned and couldn't take the pressure.
Well, we're comparing the situation overall. Of course, we're going to bring up Volpe. Well, he was the last big prospect who got an opportunity like this.
Him and Dominguez.
So it's not shocking. Well, and this is literally the same position. Like, this is
literally.
So it's hard not to compare them.
Still waiting for the shortstop of the future to emerge.
But the
Volpe thing became too much of the Derek Jeter comp, and that was unfair to Volpe.
But
this feels closer.
But that
because
relates
this kid's
to what.
got.
But that relates to what this caller was saying.
All right,
which is just you got to believe. You got to believe. You're preaching to people how they should be a fan. If your way of being a fan is choosing to believe it's always going to work out, that's awesome. Good for you. But just because you're told a certain thing and you've heard, this is all a crapshoot, guys, to a certain extent.
Oh, it's funny. That's what
Dominguez was supposed to be God, thing. Dude. He was supposed to be the next one.
They called him the Martian.
He had a whole nickname prior to ever playing a major league game.
Well, there's another guy with a nickname, too. Remember the Kraken?
Oh, yeah. Who's the Kraken?
It's Gary Sanchez.
Oh, yeah. Well,
and that didn't pan out. I think that's
had
why
moments.
There's a skepticism to this. That is a healthy skepticism. Because
how could there not be?
How many of these names have come through and a Yankee fan has been told, no, this is the guy. Wait, no, this is the guy. Right?
How could you not have some concern?
I think we went through the litany of names just earlier in the show, just going through them all over the last 10 years. A lot. And that's why there are some fans that when I say to them, listen, though, Lombard, this guy's special, this is what they're saying about him, you're getting fans pushing back going, I'm tired of hearing it. This is what they said about everybody, and none of them pan out. You should have traded this guy because you could have gotten Rushman or you could have gotten Skubal, right? And that's the response. So for some fans, they feel that way. And then there's others who may be paying more attention to the Yankee farm prospects are saying, no, this guy's definitely the goods. I'm just saying it's a tough spot for this kid to come in because most fans know he's one of the pieces Cashman refused to trade to be in the game this year at the trade deadline. And now they want, as some fans do, are going to want to see, well, what's the fuss? Let me see how good this guy is. And that's the expectations that might be unfair right out of the gate. But that's how it goes. That's baseball, Susan.
That's right.
We've got a truncated Susan. ENN.
Yeah, because we're out of here in about 12 minutes.
Right. So a little ENN for you coming up next. Hahn, Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
When care matters most, experience matters more. The Allure Group is redefining rehabilitation and long-term care across New York with 6 convenient locations. Their expert clinicians create personalized care plans to help you recover, rebuild, and get back to what matters most. From short-term rehab to long-term care, Allure is committed to comfort, dignity, and results. To learn more, visit allurecare.com. The Allure Group, where care meets compassion.
Hey, let me ask you something. Would you seat your 3-year-old child on a windowsill? Would you seat them beside a lit fireplace or by the deep end of a pool? One last question. Would you seat your child in a car seat that's not correct for them? Car crashes are a leading killer of children ages 1 to 13. Secure their future. Seat them in the correct car seat. For more information, visit safercar.gov/the-right-seat.
Sponsored by the New York State Governor's Traffic Safety Committee.
Monkey Sports, built by players for players, is your one-stop shop for hockey, baseball, lacrosse, and more. Find top-name equipment and expert in-store services like sharpening, break-ins, and relacing. Shop in-store at Monkey Sports in Farmingdale or Woodbridge or online for all the top brands. Whatever your sports, Monkey Sports gets you game ready fast. Monkey Sports, where athletes shop.
Tricon Construction is growing across New Jersey, delivering larger, more complex commercial projects with the precision today's developers expect. Because when the timelines, capital, and reputation are all on the line, you need more than a contractor. You need a true construction partner. Tricon brings experienced leadership, disciplined project management, and a team built around accountability and execution. From planning to completion, they build with purpose, professionalism, and pride. For serious commercial projects, build with Tricon. Visit triconbuilds.com. That's triconbuilds.com.
Miller time. People think it just happens, but that's not true. You know what you gotta do? You gotta go say hello with some beers. Make the plans. Forget the couch. Go to that thing. Play the game. See him in person. Talk to that stranger. Live a little. Small acts of rebellion that bring us together. Because legendary moments start with a light. It's Miller time. Celebrate responsibly. 2026 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Progressive presents ways to save money that aren't bundling your home and auto insurance with Progressive.
I can't believe the deal we got on these seats for the game.
Wow, they must be pretty high up here. I think my ears just popped.
Yeah, here, put this on.
Is that an oxygen mask?
An official team oxygen mask.
Well, I can kind of see the field.
Good, your senses are still sharp. You're going to need them for phase 2 of the ascent.
Don't save money by sitting in the nosebleeds. You could save hundreds by switching to Progressive. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
If Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea was your best friend, it would be the kind of friend that starts an impromptu dance party in the supermarket aisle that turns into an all-day pool party rager at your place, and you don't even own a pool. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea turns any day into a legendary adventure. It's smooth and refreshing real iced tea with just the right kick of alcohol. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
Congratulations, New York. The Knicks did it. Through battle after battle, they dominated to become this year's NBA champions. Day in and day out, the hard work paid off, and you were there every step of the way. Enjoy the crown. Own it, because this year is your year. A part of your legacy that will never be forgotten. So celebrate this moment, show your pride, and shop the largest selection of official NBA gear at NBAstore.com. A Fanatics experience.
This is an ENN special report. Now reporting.
The very handsome Jewish man, Peter Rosenberg.
We should talk some sports.
Do what you want. It's ENN.
Peter Rosenberg!
To a special abbreviated ENN and early. It's brought to you by our friends at Boost Mobile. I'd like to start off by saying good evening to Alan and myself. Violations are going to happen.
You're going to violate the man.
And Alan.
God bless. Watch your mouth.
To myself. I'm going to do dirty things to Aaron Rodgers.
You did.
That our flag was still there. Still there.
This shouldn't have happened.
I may have mispronounced some of those names in there. I hope not.
Skinner! There's a lot of fun to be had there.
Yeah. Old Ronnie.
I love Harbs.
You missed that the other day.
Be brave. Be brave, Thomas.
Let the boy watch.
You turncoat.
Labozo is done.
What was that?
About LeBron.
KG affair. Same old crap. Same old guff.
I love wings.
That London sports talk radio frustration is really good.
You feel that?
It's proper, yet it's also just unhinged.
I want to do a backflip. It's been a hell of a summer. A turkey!
Oh, that's right.
All this summer.
World Cup really gave us
Interesting.
World Cup gave us a lot of stuff.
Yeah. No.
Do we have
I can feel it all the way down in my plums.
That was Peter eating the ice cream cake that he got.
You missed? You weren't here.
Cake. You got cake. I missed cake, apparently.
Play it again. I want him to enjoy it. No. You like
dropping
the fork?
Dropping the fork right on the china.
Oh!
Well, we realized we have utensils and plates here,
that
which
was
was
the thing.
definitely different.
So
different.
just so you know, just in case, I don't want you to think anything.
I'm already thinking it.
There was no plan for me. And I threw a hissy fit, and a cake was ordered.
Stop it.
Yeah. I'm just being honest with you.
That's exactly how it went.
Thank you. Hey, Jacob, I didn't
What do
need
you mean there was no plan for you?
I didn't need your sass.
I didn't want to Uber Eats a cake. And we Uber Eats the cake from Times Square.
I showed up here.
Yeah.
On my birthday.
Yeah.
Thinking, can't wait to have ice cream cake. And they said, there's no ice cream cake.
Why would there be?
Because that was the tradition that we've always had.
Oh, that's a tradition?
It's a former tradition. But it's what me and Don know from working together.
Who used to get the cake?
Well, someone would get the cake.
Andrew, RJ, or myself.
I see. And then Anthony decided that's over now.
So Anthony said, that's enough. I believe Don was off this year on his birthday. And I know for a fact that you were off on your birthday.
My birthday is a national holiday.
Correct. So I didn't know that we were done with the cake because none of this had happened yet.
Mm-hmm.
And last year I was off on my birthday.
We know that.
Yeah, well, as you remember, because the station didn't even post about it. I didn't even exist. So I expected ice cream cake. And I showed up here and I was like, cool, what time are we doing the tradition? And Anthony's like, what? It's over. It's dead. There's no tradition. And I threw a hissy fit.
You really did?
And then a cake was ordered.
You're a grown-ass man.
Yeah.
And you threw a fit?
Yep.
Because you didn't have cake?
Ice cream cake.
Oh.
The Oreo cake.
Specific.
I say this with all the love.
Go ahead.
Grow up.
And that was a day. Don was on that day. Was that the Yo-Yo Hip Hop Day?
It was the same day.
Wow.
Because on ENN, you said, I'm going to have a great 50th birthday
I said, I think 50th, I'm really going to go in.
And Don said, no chance.
And Don's like, no, you're not. By the time your 50th comes around, you'll just want a nice, quiet dinner at home with the family.
Can confirm.
No. And I'm telling
Hanging with your reindeer games and your little hip-hop parties and your little hashtag yo-yo.
So Don starts saying, I'm not going to. And I said, no, I think the next couple of years I'll probably want to do very
Did you guys
kind
have
of
a
nothing.
fight over this?
And I said, at 50, I think I'm going in.
Me and Jacob were laughing.
And Don's like, no, you won't want to have a party. I'm like, Don, you just don't like to have fun at all. And that led to conversations about going on trips and all kinds of things. Don doesn't really believe in fun anymore. And then there was another argument. Don was very upset in retrospect about the time when there was a team trip that I wasn't on out of town, and Don opted to go to a hockey game, and everyone else went to Hooters instead.
Tampa Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard that.
And he believes that the only answer is it's that people don't like Don and they want to kiss up to Michael.
Not that they didn't want to go to a Tampa Bay Lightning
And I said, I'm here to tell you, as someone who loves you and enjoys a hockey game, I would probably rather go sit with the boys at Hooters than go to a sports event of teams I have no vested interest in. I'd probably rather sit at Hooters, if I'm being honest, than sit in a stand. Where do you stand?
Yeah, I probably would have gone for some wings.
Yeah, I'm going to have some wing. Tommy like wingy. Yeah. Tommy want wingy. I mean, I don't.
Yeah.
So a lot happened.
Wow, I did miss that.
Okay. Oh, and Don's very mad at you, Alan.
Oh, yeah, you're dead.
I'm dead?
Oh, yeah. It's bad. It's going to take some work next week.
Monday's going to be a tough day.
I told him the truth.
It's going to be tough.
You told him the truth about what?
About how you felt about his...
I already told him.
And he's sick with you.
I told him.
Because he said that when he saw you that day, you lied to his face and acted like you liked it, but you really hated it.
I didn't act like I liked it now. You can go back. We can roll back the tape.
Really?
I did not act like I liked it.
What did you say again?
I told him that it was an effort. I didn't like that Nancy was like crushing him on, like texting him right away. I felt that was tough.
We also discovered that was meant for her sister.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That wasn't supposed to be him?
Yeah,
no.
She didn't realize when she texted cringe. She thought she was texting cringe to her sister.
So wait.
My wife, cringe.
Yeah. So he should be more mad at her than me.
Oh, my God.
At least I tried to give him a soft landing. All right. We have 1 minute left.
So let's hit one story. Here's Josh Allen. What did you learn? He's on the This Is Football pod. What did you learn from last year's playoff loss?
Definitely, we've watched it. We've put it in the past. We've learned from it. And we've been in the playoffs a lot of times in the last, however many years I've been here now. And, just continuing to find ways to learn from it. And I think that's it's a hard pill to swallow sometimes because we haven't gotten it done. But you knock enough at the door, it's going to open at some point. And that's just what we have to keep doing is keep knocking on that door and giving ourselves chances to be in that situation again.
I learned nothing there.
He did not say very much.
But Gardner Johnson got hurt, though.
Oh, no.
And although they thought the worst, it's still a calf strain. Keep an eye on their secondary, man.
And I also said, and I also said to Josh, what do you think about your wife? And I said, God bless. That'll do it for ENN, brought to you by Boost Mobile. Don't overpay. Get unlimited talk, text, and data for $25 a month, forever, for life, for real. Switch now, boostmobile.com.
All right, well, the tables were fun. The quarterback lists, so, of course, the rankings, everything else. Lots more to get to. Mets baseball's next.
Whoever said fork in the road must have been hungry for the Sorrento and Sorrento Turbo Hybrid. Their 3-row seating and 10-year 100th